with very cryptic words.
Well, this is everyone that you think is dead or is dead. Alright, so, welcome back, guys. I swear to you, I'm not totally exhausted.
You're quite alright.
Keyword there is totally exhausted.
Well, if best comes to best, there is going to be no combat this session. It's just going to be us talking, and probably us escaping the authorities, because we're all idiots.
Most likely, yeah.
Implying we can manage to escape.
That's true.
Guess we're just waiting for Iron to do something with this one.
Okay. Alright, so you all find yourself in the middle of a street in the city. There are people buzzing around. Pretty much everyone appears to be human. You know, talking, chatting around. You appear to be what you would assume. You would appear to be in what you would assume to be the market district of the city. You're not really sure what city you're in right now, though.
Is anyone taking notice? It's just appearing out of thin air.
A few people have kind of looked over you and blinked a little bit, but this is not the strangest thing to ever happen, so they kind of keep moving.
Hell, let us do the simple thing. Stop someone and ask them where we are.
Well, Celine, your idea? Go right ahead.
Well, I'm going to apparently do just that.
Okay, so you go and you ask somebody. What?
Pretty much.
Okay, so you go and you pull somebody off the road, and they're like, hi, miss.
Excuse me, where are we?
Are you okay, miss? Are you drunk? If you need, I could call a guard to take you home.
It's a very, very long story, but could you tell me what city is this?
This is the city of Verdian.
Thank you.
Oh, alright. Are you sure you don't need me to call the guards?
Yes.
Alright.
As a player, could I get that in writing?
What? Verdian?
Could I... Yeah, the name.
Oh my
So,
god, that is immensely useful.
Can somebody just...
I just
type
found
it
out I
into the
can
chat?
double click my pop-out items and it will put them in a small little tab that's grayed out.
Seriously?
That is so
It took you
nice.
this long to figure that out.
No, it wasn't working. I was just like, oh. But it was like, that's great. Okay. No, before I just used the journal tab thing. That's what I just used. That's what I was using before.
Is it too cloudy to tell what time it is by the position of the sun, or is the sun actually out and shining?
The sun's actually out. It's partly cloudy. It's about morning-esque. It hasn't been too long.
I'm pondering if I know something about the history of the city.
But a guard walks towards your little band of adventurers. Yes, you do know something about the city. This is the city of Verdian, as it was said. It is a city with some trade influences, as well as being rather prosperous and Avalon, as it has been mostly unaffected due to the fact that there's a mountain range between it and the orcs.
I see. That's right.
It's particularly well known for having its very own military district, as well as many other government buildings. It is a fairly medium city with a fairly long history, but it's mostly been uneventful due to their location.
And to the guard that's arriving, I walked up and asked him, "Excuse me, good sir?"
There are specifically 8 districts. There's the Low District, the Government District, the Crafters District, the Market District, the Temple District, the Merchant District, the Pleasure District, and the Military
I don't think we should
District.
concern ourselves with the guards unless they're actually coming towards us.
The guard did come towards you.
I'm walking towards them, basically like, "Excuse me, sir?"
The guard just was like, excuse me, we received some concern from some of our citizens that, one of you might be drunk and lost. The Dutch woman over there, and he just kind of, like, gestured to...
Only one of those statements is true. I'm not drunk.
She's just tired. We've been on a large trip and we just got here, and we didn't get to inform her which town we're going towards.
Couldn't you have told her when... Why would she need to ask a citizen then, when you could have just told her yourself?
Honestly, I have no idea what goes through her head.
Are you sure she's not drunk, though?
That's like, do you smell the breath of... It's like, I put... Does she smell like alcohol, do you?
You all smell like alcohol to me. Wine, specifically. You guys seem to forget you guys actually drank before you came here.
My character didn't.
I can't.
Fair enough, you got us on... Fair enough on that one.
But
It's like,
out
could
of
you...
character. Nah, never mind.
Could you basically tell us where the nearest tavern or inn is where we can basically rest for the evening?
He's like, oh, the tavern. Just follow Turtle Avenue, until you get to East Wolf Way. Then take a left, and then go down South Kitten. You'll find the tavern right there.
And may I ask the name of the tavern?
It should be called the Bucket and Brew.
Okay, thank you. I basically go back to the group, and it's like, well, we should probably head there for the night, so we at least get some sort of lodgings.
It's morning.
Yeah, basically, is what I'm saying is,
Okay, yeah.
establish a place where we can all meet up and whatnot.
Alright.
Does everyone agree with this?
Yes.
Okay, so we're making our way.
It's a sensible plan, therefore it's a good idea.
Okay, so basically at this point we're making our way towards the tavern, and does anything happen along the way, or we just get there?
Yes. I need... Oh, yes, I actually need to switch to what Maros is doing. One moment, guys. Maros, come with me to Platoon 2.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna pull Waltowski in here too, actually.
Okay.
Okay, so Maros, as you arrive back to the sorceress's building, there's a half-orc standing there. He isn't the normal. He isn't the same half. He's not Groomash. He's somebody or Walter, but it's a different one entirely. He's standing there with the sorceress, and he's currently kind of chatting with your wife. Not like anything
To worry about.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. Just more like he's just passing the time with a conversation between him and the sorceress.
Okay. It's fine. I woke up and I greet everyone and I'm look at the halfling and ask him, "Who are you?"
Walter.
Name's Marmon. I came here by a call.
Interesting. I get out my hand to try and shake his hand if he. Greetings.
I extend my hand and shake his.
Okay. So, sources, you said that you have news.
Yes. I have, your friends have reappeared in the city of Verdian. Do you wish me to send you there?
Yes, but before you send me over, you might be able to see that I am carrying a bit of gold, and if there's any chance, I could actually obtain a bag of holding from you, like buy it from you, since, yeah.
She's like 200 gold.
200? That can be arranged, and I hand her over 200.
Okay, she hands you a bag. She hands you a bag of holding. It's slightly larger than the normal one is, but I'll tell you if there's any differences after I do the math, because I have to do that.
Okay. Sweet. Okay. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I'd wish to go there if you'd teleport me over, and I look at my wife and I ask her, "Would you want to stay here, or do you want to come with me? What do you desire?"
I'll come with you, my dear.
That's fine. And I basically ask her to teleport us. And
okay.
I actually wonder what Marmon's business is here.
Oh yes, the sorcerer speaks up. Yes, I've hired him to make sure that you will be safe. Who's the dragon fellow behind you? Well, suddenly the Dragonborn kind of, perks up a little bit, and he's just like, oh, sorry. Sir Varaxian Verdul, at your service. And he does a little bow.
I think I'll be protected enough, thank you, but I won't reject the offer.
Let's see, where is... Oh, it's just in the desktop, isn't it? Whoops, yep. That was my bad. Okay, so you appear in the tavern with everyone. Sorry, you appear in the tavern. You don't know exactly where everyone is, but you assume that they're probably going to be here. And then we're going to switch back. We're going to switch back to the other group. Right?
Need to be in a town once in a while. I could use a bath.
All right.
I'll be muted for like a minute or so, okay?
Yeah, well, okay, it's okay. Your little thing is done now, so it's fine. Okay, so you guys are heading towards the tavern, right?
That is correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, we did hood the tiefling.
Yeah, so you guys, of course, follow the directions given to you by the guard, and you find it immediately. The bucket and brew is right there. It's a rather large building. It's got 2 stories. A couple of large windows. A big heavy wooden sign out of it with showing a bucket with a little ale brewing in it.
Would this be considered a comfortable inn?
Yes, it's in the merchant district. So, sorry, the trade district. My bad. I misspoke there. Market district.
Is it crowded?
That's like I addressed everyone. Shall we go in? Might as well get some rooms for her, so when we get back after doing everything, we at least have some place to sleep. And we head in, I assume.
You do. When you head in, you just hear some, carousing in general. There's multiple shady individuals as well as the average Joe. There's one individual who's like in the corner, who's just hooded and cloaked, just sipping his ale. You also notice that there's a strange item in the center of this tavern. There's a sword, a Holy Avenger, that has been plunged into the floor. Like, right in the center of the actual building.
I have a feeling that this is a reference to Excalibur.
Well, that
Sword in the Storm, not Excalibur.
says cannot check if nothing else does. So I'm inspecting it.
Basically, I see if I can't find the innkeeper or who's ever in charge.
I'm inspecting it from a distance, like looking.
Yeah, you don't need to. It's a Holy Avenger. There's a freaking plaque that tells you what it is.
I can't read.
Oh,
Well, I can.
Oh, that's right.
Very well, but No, I can read very well.
Okay.
But at this moment, I'm not very perceptive to replicate. I want to know what else I can find.
Okay. It appears to be a holy venture. Also seems to be stuck in the stone floor. Like, you're not really sure how someone managed to put it in like this.
I think I'll just...
Well, do I find the innkeeper? Or...
Yeah, the innkeeper's just sort of standing there. He's just kind of... He's, he has, like, a very military haircut. Very buff guy. Like, his arms are probably the size of your guys' legs.
Please tell me he has a glorious mustache.
He does not. He's clean-shaven.
Therefore, he cannot be a true innkeeper because any innkeeper would be able to have a glorious mustache and be able to rip the head off of a dragon.
You guys also notice that off in the corner of the building, you see a friendly face. It's Maros.
Do I see the merry old good old band coming in?
Well, you see two of them. I don't know how many. I don't actually know how many you met before.
Do I obviously notice him?
Yes. In fact, you also notice the fact that he is with a. Oh, sorry. I almost forgot to put down. You notice that he's with a stranger that is hooded and cloaked, as well as a half orc and a beautiful woman who is right next to. Is like he's kind of like he's just kind of got his arm over her shoulder. You also notice that there's a ring on both of their fingers.
Hey.
I was like, lucky for him. It's like, I'll deal with him in a moment. It's like, innkeeper. I walk up to the innkeeper and...
Let's deal with the innkeeper first.
I tried to wave at Prometheus, but apparently he's just looking...
I hold up my hand to him like, one moment.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
And... walk up to the innkeeper and it's like... Excuse me, sir.
Good day. Good morning. How are you in this day?
All things considered, doing quite well, actually. It's like... And do you have any spare rooms available?
Oh, yes, of course. There's always a couple of spare rooms here. Worst case scenario, I have to kick my son out of his spare room.
I think a couple of us can bunk together if need be, though.
Of course, if you just want to rent a barracks, that will be cheaper. Although I will not say it will be as comfortable. Do you wish for one separate for the ladies? I assume.
I look to the ladies. Is that fine with you?
Separate rooms from you.
I shrug.
I suppose, yes.
Actually, the innkeeper, by the way, he like briefly when he's like because he's kind of like glancing up at you and like doing just like cleaning out some stuff and like moving some stuff around behind his desk, and he kind of like look out of the corner of his eye, he kind of sees Veros, and he kind of like jumps up a little bit and he's like, oh, yeah, it's just a tiefling. Huh. Oh, I thought it was an actual demon. Sorry about that.
That's like she gets that a lot.
Yeah, well, yeah, you won't really find any hatred here. Most people have given up on the hatred of tieflings ever since the, well, event happened.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, so how much would that be per night?
I guess it would be I guess this would classify as like a poor quality room. Because you're kind of all barracking together. It would be, and there's how many of you are there?
9.
Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 male and 4 female. I mean 5 female.
5.
Okay. That would be 8 silver pieces for the men, and then 10 silver pieces for the women. So in total, 18 silver pieces. Or 1 gold and 8 silver pieces if you're feeling like you want to be math.
How about, and how much would that be a week total then?
That's the price per day. Per week, I guess, I guess if per week, I guess we can just settle for 5 gold a week for 5 gold. Sorry, no. 8 gold a week.
It's like everyone just pulls out a gold coin at this point and hands it over to him, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right then, your room keys, and he kind of hands you 2 keys. One for and it's one of them actually is clearly marked with an M on it, so you can tell it's the men's, and there's one that's marked with an F on it, so you can tell it's the women's.
Mm-hmm. Does he guide himself up, or do we just find them ourselves?
He's like he can't miss them. They have the M and the F on them as well.
One question.
Yes.
Are baths actually included bathtubs, or are they separate?
Sorry, what was that?
Are bathtubs included in the rooms, or are they separate?
He's like, you would have to go to the bathhouse. We don't.
There's no baths here.
So you don't have those out of character speaking. They don't have the kind of like little wooden.
This isn't the luxurious. This is
no, this is just
it doesn't need to be luxurious. I mean, just you have one small, basically wooden barrel.
I mean, he's like
wood.
He's like, if you want a bath, then you need to pay for the good quality rooms.
It's like we'll just head to the bathhouse later.
Yeah.
And so we head up to our rooms.
Actually,
he's like,
one ale.
Oh, 1 ale.
Yeah.
All right. Just that'd be 4 copper pieces, please.
How many?
4 copper pieces.
So that's 4 copper, and what did we pay for the room?
We each handed him a gold coin.
You paid for a week.
And okay, yeah, okay.
And I'm assuming once we get to our rooms, we take off our extra equipment or whatnot that we don't require, basically, like, to put our extra gear and whatnot there.
So, by the way, Celine, you hand him 4 copper pieces. He, fills up a mug of ale, and he just kind of hands it to you. He's like, try not to drink too much, miss.
Very well.
Okay, and afterwards, I'm assuming after we go to our rooms, put everything that we don't require necessary on our top of our bunks or whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm assuming then I go head over.
I would like to do something in the rooms while we are still there. I have an old headband from Groomash that I looted from his corpse long time ago. Meta knowledge from his character sheet, I know it's a headband.
We actually already gave that to Rose.
Really? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Then I don't have it. And I have nothing to do.
Before I do anything else, I turn to Odd. Basically, I think it's time me and you had a small conversation.
He's like, yes. And he's like, he almost drops some of his scrolls, and he's like, oh, damn it. And he, like, starts picking them up. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Horrible klutz, I'm afraid.
It's perfectly fine. And so it's like, as you all know, you were trapped in the Iron Flask I tapped to this tab on my side for quite a number of years, most likely. And as we know by the properties of Iron Flasks, you are, well, charmed for all intents and purposes.
He's like, incorrect.
Yeah?
That wore off about 20 minutes ago.
Ah.
Guys,
So,
you guys ate like an actual fucking meal in front of the in front of the whatever deity that you just met of the trickster. Like you kind of just ate a meal with him, so that kind of took...
Alright, so basically it's like, well, this makes sense a little easier. Well, in that case, you're free to do what you wish. You can come with us, or...
I think I'll stick with... Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, you guys have to buy rooms for them, too. Shit.
I counted him as one of the males.
Okay, good, I was just like, okay.
We literally bought for everyone in the middle.
There are 6 girls. Oh, no, never mind, sorry, I was counting ghost character, apparently.
It's easy mistake there.
Yeah. I wish that was a joke. I actually did count him because he was just like right next to all the girls. So I was just like, yeah, it's a female character, right?
Who knows? He's a Goliath.
Yeah, he could be.
Like, so you wish to stay with this group, or if you would like, I can pay for transport to anywhere you can in the kingdom.
Well, the problem I run into is that I have no fucking clue where I'm at. I have
Probably already told him.
I have never
Oh,
heard
wait,
of the
never mind.
I have never heard of the city of I'm sorry, I've never heard of the kingdom of Avalon, the city of Verdian, or any of this. I have no clue what the fuck is going on.
Would I know that he might be possibly from another plane of existence or not?
He's not from another plane of existence. Like, he did actually say kind of where he's from. He just kind of says he's from the city of Waterdeep, or is that right? Yeah, Waterdeep. He's from the city of.
That's a Swords Coast place.
That is true. However, you guys roll history.
Would I not be applicable for this because there's no way I would know?
Actually, you would know about this. It did.
No, I wouldn't. I have amnesia.
Oh right, yeah, no, sorry, yeah,
This is what
Zudin, and
Wait, Iron, you keep on forgetting the rule that you imposed on me.
Yeah, Zudin and Veros actually. Well, actually, no, you have to roll history as well.
Why?
No, just do it.
Okay.
Sudden memory regained.
Yeah, so Zudin and Tom, you both kind of like search your memories in the hopes of finding out new information, but nothing comes of it, and you just kind of go, well, I can't think of anything. Celine, Tristan, and even Maros, because this wasn't actually that hard to know.
This is Rose, by the way. Like, I vote.
Oh, you're.
I think Maros is actually in there.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So Rose just doesn't care. But for Celine and Tristan, you guys instantly know that the city of Waterdeep is actually part of the Kingdom of Faerûn, which is the island kingdom that is just south of you in terms of the border, but it's across a inland ocean, basically.
I tell him the good news, obviously.
He's like, oh, that is excellent news. I might be able to get home after all.
It's like, yes, if we come towards the city by the harbor, I can basically buy you passage on a ship if needed.
The city is on the harbor.
Yeah, it's like when we come across one, if you wish to go home, we can I'll obviously pay for your passage. It's the least I can do.
He's like, well, I'll stay here for the moment. Dear God, where is Ghost? Seriously? Is he still going?
Yes, he is.
How? Like, he's
in the losers bracket, let's put it that way.
Well, then he can drop out, then. Okay, so anyways, guys, you guys have, okay, so Ah has kind of said his piece. He kind of heads up to his room, and he, like, immediately just starts, taking all of his scrolls and stuff, like, putting them around the place, you know, just, like, kind of reading through a few of them. You can quite tell he's a scholar.
Ah, and now I remember this. It's like, it's like, I found these in the chest. Could you make tales of them? It's the large stack of papers. I have not gone through them.
He's like, sure. Yes, this is, it is a variation of the Orcish language. It's very understandable that you didn't understand what they were saying. It's really strange. They seem to flip their vowels and nouns around. However, this seems to be a discussion on what their tribe was doing down there. It appears that they were attempting to transport several items and treasure down to their main tribe. The problem they ran into was that they kind of ran into a large variety of trolls and some other things that had moved into the more nearby areas. They were intending on going through as soon as they could, but they were holed up in that little area to prevent any further losses of soldiers. Other than this, there's a brief mention of a marriage ceremony of some kind. I'm not sure who. It seems to be one of the more recent documents. It also details your capture here, judging by the fact that they have a sketch, and then he just kind of lifts it up. And it's not a good sketch, but you can clearly tell it looks like you guys. He's like, it also... some of this is actually taxes, believe it or not. Not exactly sure who they're taxing, but whatever. There's also some word about the state of the tribe. The chief has ordered the entire tribe to go underground further to prevent any problems with the new king of the orcs. Yada yada yada. There's a mention of capturing of a. There's a mention of a rescuing of a tiefling girl who apparently was wandering around aimlessly with no memory of herself. They had to restrain her because she kept trying to escape and kill them.
Varys wouldn't have tried to kill them. She would have just tried to escape.
Other than that, I mean, there's more stuff here, but I would need more time.
It's like, this might be the last thing I can answer you for the while, and I basically show him the tattoo and orcish that's across my arm, I'm assuming at this point.
He's like, he's trying to read, he's like, I'm sorry, I'm afraid, I'm not sure what this is. Orcs from where I'm from don't typically do things like this.
It's like, if you want to write it down, then what it is to just further increase your studies.
Yes, I will, if you ever do discover what it does, please let me know. I'm very interested. And he, immediately takes a pen and he starts scribbling down, like, really fast. Like, he makes a perfect sketch of your hand in just a few minutes. And, writes down, like, the language itself. And, like, the exact detail that it is around your arm. And he's like, alright. And then he just kind of he just kind of rubs his, snout a little bit, and he's just like, well, I will, if I find out anything about it, I'll let you know.
Will do. And then I say, thank you for taking your time. And I'm heading down to the main part of the tavern, where a certain rogue I know happens to...
Hey, you're back!
Celine, so Maros, Celine walks up to you a little bit tipsy, kind of says,
wait, I'm still at the bar. Prometheus is walking up to him.
I thought you were saying, hey.
Yeah, she was greeting me, basically, from coming back from the room.
Yeah, kinda.
I was like, yes, that's right. It's like, excuse me for a moment, I have to chat with an old friend.
Whether I am tipsy or not. Oh, yes.
Yeah, no, never mind. You're not tipsy. You're flat out drunk.
You can't hold your alcohol. That's
not.
Add the go to your character's description.
You had a single sip.
Go to your to your character's description and add the trait lightweight.
I told you this is dwarven ale.
Ask any of the other party members who are nearby. It's like, could you take her up to her room so she doesn't cause a scene?
The baker's girl just kind of grabs. She's like, "Come on, Celine, it's okay. Let's get you upstairs and out."
I want another mug at least.
Let's get you upstairs and out. And the bartender just looks like, "No, lass, you can't hold your alcohol. Go upstairs, get some rest." The baker's girl, Mel, is like, come on, let's get you upstairs and get you out of your armor. You need to rest. I hope you guys can't hear that music, because I seriously have my door closed.
I can't hear anything.
Okay, good.
I can hear mute something, but...
Really annoying music, really. So you walk
Okay, so I'm... Go ahead, I'm walking over to him, basically, like, Mirrors! Old buddy, old pal.
Tristan! And I reach out my hand, shake
and I clasp it, and then pull him in for a nice big bear hug.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
Are you going to roll strength to try to crush his spine?
Do it.
Oh, by the way, Tristan, you suddenly find a sword up against your throat.
It's like, oh, you've made friends.
He's like,
Yeah, I have.
you will
sit down.
Like,
get...
I was just joking about that, but anyways.
I was like, Tristan, sit down, get you some ale, and I.
While he's in the bear hug, he's like, we have much to talk about. I whisper into his ear.
Oh, I see. Sit down, and I wave at the barkeeper and say, "Get some ale." Like. And I look at my the woman next to me and like, "Do you wish to have some ale as well, my love?"
She's like, just some wine, please.
And a glass of wine.
Okay. So,
I'm just like,
so the bartender comes over. He has a glass of wine for her, and he also comes with 4 cups of ale. He says, and he says to you that will be. He says that'll be. God, yeah, 4 copper. Okay, yeah, sorry. That'll be 16 copper pieces and 2 silver pieces.
I hand him 1 golden coin and I said, "Will this
Yes, it will. Thank you." And he walks, and the big muscular, like 6'8", bartender walks back there, and he just starts wiping down the counter.
Okay. So, I should probably introduce some of these my companions, and I let them talk for themselves, of course.
Apparently, Zudin is not with you.
Needs to steal a drink.
Actually, also, my drink. Don't your companions wish to sit with us?
they're kind of preoccupied at the moment.
I saw that Celine was tipsy, to say the least.
Yeah, sadly, she's not the best when it comes to liquor, as we found out.
I see. Interesting. So, I should probably introduce you to my wife here.
It's like,
And,
you didn't invite me to the wedding? I'm hurt.
I heard you were busy.
Well, there was the fact that a life and death was in the mix, so I'll let this one slide.
I'm sorry. Hopefully, we can catch up sometime. And
Indeed. As it's a pleasure to meet you, my lady, and I basically hold out the arm for a handshake or whatever.
Oh, she gives you kind of a little handshake, but she's like,
And it's like, you were saying?
Yeah. So she's just like, so you're the Tristan I've heard so much about.
And hopefully only good.
As much as can be expected.
Fair enough.
To be fair, though,
I can't giggle about this.
To be fair, though, I understand my attire may not look entirely convincing, but I used to be a thief like my dear love here. We actually grew up together, you know.
No, I'm gonna. It's like we'll have that little conversation later, but on to now. It's like introduce me to your bouncers, I guess would be the proper word at this point.
Well, one of them is like completely hooded and cloaked, and he even has a mask on, so you're not even sure what's going on with him. The other one is Marmon, and he's a half-orc barbarian, which you can clearly tell due to the lack of armor and the large swingy weapon.
And it's like, and as always, more half-orc barbarians. Lovely.
This one's a lot better, trust me. And
I'll believe it when I see it.
I look at
trash upstairs.
I look at Fracas and I said, "Would you mind to introduce your friend?"
So, Celine, I'm going to just switch to the group upstairs. Celine,
okay.
Mel, and
Veros.
What?
And Veros, because I'm there.
Oh, Veros is also there. Mel, Arya, and Veros all kind of like get you out of your armor and get you into some bedclothes and like just tuck you into bed. And, like, and when you wouldn't go to sleep, Arya just kind of did the cleric use some cleric techniques to knock you unconscious by hitting you in the head with her fist until you stop moving.
Yeah, I was just about to ask whether or not these cleric techniques include hitting somebody on the head with a mace.
Well, not quite a mace.
No, she doesn't have a mace.
Yeah, not quite a mace, but yeah, you
No, she just strikes you with the pommel of her longsword.
Okay.
Fuck. This day did not begin like it was supposed to.
And so the now we're back to the group downstairs.
So I look at the entirely cloaked person. Would you mind to introduce yourself, friend?
He's like, I would love to, but you're the one who told me to wear this stupid thing.
It is for your own will, for your own best.
I am the Vakax Verde Vulul, and there's a puff of smoke that kind of comes out of his mask after he says this, and he kind of gives a little bow.
I raise my eyebrows. It's like, so you have a knight under your employment now?
For the time being, yes.
How in the world can you afford this?
Let's just say I have my own ways to get around.
That's like I facepalm at this point. It's like, how many are dead?
I mean, Tristan, to be fair, you do know how he could afford this. You just found out that he's actually the owner of a.
It's like, oh, and it's like, also, I have some mixed news for you. I pull out the letter and ring that I kept on my person, and I hand it over to him.
Okay, I take it and I ask him, what is this?
It's like, just read it.
Well, I first actually look at the ring and, like, what does it look like?
It's a signet ring. It's a signet ring, and it has your family's sigil on it.
Interesting. And, okay, well, I'll go ahead and read the page, the scroll, which you gave me. A piece of parchment.
It's a letter. And I take it that Tristan didn't write this down. He was just expecting me to, like, have it on hand. Okay, I'll just do it again. As best as I can remember, because I don't want to look through the notes.
It was his uncle basically telling him that things didn't go so well.
My dear nephew, ruin has come to our family. Our once great demise has been taken by force from the nightmarish creatures that have. I regret to inform you that by the time you receive this letter, I most likely will be dead, and you will be the last heir of our family. You need to return home. Reclaim what is rightfully yours. Return our lands to its former glory. Signed, your uncle.
I look very, like, confused because I never knew actually was like noble blood, and I was like, where did you find this?
To be fair, I mean, actually, you want to make an intelligence check?
I do, yeah. Intelligence.
This may have something to do with what you did last time.
Well, I look at the piece of paper which I have in my pocket, and I look at. Well, it does say I'm an owner of a keep of some sorts, but I did not know that was my family, and I didn't even know I had family who actually had this kind of power. Where did you find this, Tristan?
In a small treasure trove in a dungeon of all places.
Dungeon. Does it? I look at the letter again, and does it have like a location of some sort, like where it is?
It also kind of said. It also it does. It says that your lands are in the are located in the Broken County. The Broken County. The Broken County used to be a very prosperous, kind of semi-independent nation. It was actually getting to the point where it was going to be established to the point where it might actually become a duchy itself. But it unfortunately had a great ruin kind of come to it, and since then, like, all of the main leadership has been killed, and there's been like monsters that have been roaming the lands. It's not connected to the to Avalon itself. You would need to take a boat to get there, just trying to cross the more narrow part of the sea to get there. But it's not very far. Like, you could get there fairly quickly, considering that it's just gonna be a boat ride rather than a, carriage ride or anything like that.
I see. And do I know which kingdom it's part of?
It's not part of any kingdom.
Okay. Oh, it's just literally just a. Okay, I see.
Well, it's de jure, it used to be part of the Empire, but the Empire doesn't reach up that far now. So.
Okay, I see. Well, I appreciate this telling me. This will be interesting. I need to go and retake it.
It's like, though, eventually I look around, basically, there's also the matters of a private conversation I'd like to speak to you about, that away from unbright ears.
As you wish. Do you want to?
It's like, so shall we take a walk?
Why not?
Okay.
And I'll look at the party and I'll be back soon.
The Dragonborn follows you.
Freckles, please stay with my wife, will you? I think I'll handle myself.
Safety is of my utmost concern, he says, but I will do this. Stay safe.
Thank you, friend. I will. And I follow Tristan.
Yep, we're just walking outside. We're going to take a short walk, just like quote-unquote around the block, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
okay, you guys start walking in circles. Just have a conversation.
So, how'd you do it?
I look.
It's like, don't play coy with me. You know of what I speak, and I basically. After all, this isn't the first time that half-orcs are in your company.
Should we go to a private?
Yeah, let's all go to Platoon 2.
Yeah.
One moment, please. Just like okay. So, you guys are off in private now.
Okay. I look at him, trying to be shocked. What do you accuse me of, friend?
It's more the fact that it's the only way that things make sense. Because Groomash died.
He died?
Yes. Or what we assumed to be Groomash.
What happened? What happened there?
We were caught between a rock and a hard place, and the orcs slayed him.
Yep. By the way, once you mention that Groomash died, you hear visible concern in Maros's voice. Like he actually got really concerned when you said that he was dead. It was more, and it was like the typical concern, like your friend of yours just died.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, but that's not all. On his death, he changed.
Changed? In what kind of way?
Turns out it was something posing as Groomash.
No way. What was it?
Indeed. It's a changeling of sorts. Don't remember the exact name of them, but they can take any form. Doppelgangers.
Actually, I need both of you to roll kind of knowledge.
Intelligence or wisdom?
History.
History.
Prometheus, as you say doppelganger, it kind of occurs to you that doppelgangers, they can only, successfully mimic someone if they're nearby and they can read their thoughts. You just think it's rather odd, because Groomash, clearly, considering how much you moved, you doubt that there was any way that Groomash could have been just near enough that the doppelganger could have heard you, but at the same time, kept up with you as you guys moved throughout the entire dungeon.
Mm-hmm. It's like, doppelgangers usually take the form of people that are nearby. So if it was just a doppelganger as opposed to Groomash would have been nearby. But, with all the movement and everything we've been through, there's a very, very low chance of that have happened. So, after recalling what's past events with Groomash, it led to only one thing. What did she do to him?
Me? I've...
Not you.
No, she said, what did she do to him?
Oh, she. Oh. She.
Don't play coy, it was the Enchantress. Just...
I'm gonna play open cards here with you. It's... Yes. The sorceress did something to him.
I'm like, I put my arm on my shoulders like, thank you for being honest. This is all I'm asking at this point.
Pulls out swords, impales Quentin.
No,
that feels like
no.
this feels like such an Assassin's Creed like moment where you're like, thank you for being honest. Just dead.
No, I'm not that cruel.
Okay, good, because I was about to say, like, you're standing in front of like 4 guards if you did that. It's just...
Oh, Tristan, I had a deal with.
Was it worth it?
It was. Do you recall the lovely woman I was sitting next to?
And it's like, yes, your wife, as you said.
She was the reward.
Oh. So.
And I'm sorry, and I wish I could help you accept this. I wish to stay close friends.
Is she alright with this? That you took another life to bring her back?
Does she know this, Templar?
You didn't fucking tell her.
Okay. Well, the thing is, she doesn't really know about this fact.
And also, technically, Quentin, you are aware that Groomash isn't actually technically dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Technically, he would have lived on so long as the doppelganger was alive.
Basically, she doesn't know the fact that she is actually Groomash, because it's basically sorceress turned Groomash into her. So technically, Groomash isn't dead. They're still the same person, but
well,
no.
They are completely different persons, actually. It's just that Groomash has kind of been thrust into the subconscious, from what you understand.
I see. Okay.
So you're telling me at any point she could have a split personality?
More like
No.
more like he is kind of locked in dreamland.
And there's no chance of him getting out?
Not without like magical means. And also, to be fair, from what I understood from you guys didn't like him anyways, so it wasn't. You're not exactly particularly, keen on the whole thing.
No, but I still like when strange things happen to me around me.
Also, Quentin's kind of leaving out one part of the story.
You mean about the necklace?
No. The reason why the sorceress did it.
Oh, well, you see, the sorceress knows Groomash has known Groomash for a long time because they got into a force. And basically,
at this point, I chuckle. That's Groomash, alright.
And for payback, she convinced me to get her a magical necklace, which would change him. And yes, basically for payback.
I just wanted this cleared up. So I don't like being left in the dark about things like this.
Yeah,
Of course.
By the way, Quentin, you probably would mention to him that the process is already complete, so like it wouldn't change anything if you were to find the necklace again.
Yeah, I tell that too.
Which
And
is now a beautiful golden kind of like, you ever see like those old necklaces that are like, they kind of have like, it's like a chest decoration thing, like it has multiple diamonds and like stuff like that. It looks like that, but with like gemstones of like sapphires and emeralds.
Yeah.
Okay. So I pat him on the back. It's like, alright, that's all I wanted to know.
And
so, shall we head back?
Yes, but before we do, I can see why this would be very confusing for you, and if there's any way I could repay you for probably just accepting this from me and not actually like
I'll
going around.
I'll keep that in mind.
I wish us to be friends after such a.
That's like.
Well,
So we're heading back in, obviously.
okay, you head back.
Yes.
So you head back to game prep. Okay. So while they're off talking, what are you guys doing?
We're making sure Celine doesn't do something pants on head retarded.
No, it's right there, yeah.
Well, Celine,
I gave her a bucket.
Pretty sure Celine is still unconscious.
Oh, I'm unconscious now. Okay.
You've been unconscious for some time now.
Fuck you.
As long as she doesn't sleepwalk or sleep talk.
Yeah.
When I go to sleep, I need to rest.
Alright.
Alright, then at this point, it's like I gather up the other party members who are deciding to basically... I don't want to stay around in the tavern all day. It's like, right, we have a few things we have to do, obviously.
I actually walk up to Tristan as well. Did you find the king, by the way? Did you inform him?
Verric, that was a suicide mission. It's like, by the time we got to where he would be, it was under siege. There's no way we could have gotten to him. Which is why we tried doing that shortcut through a dungeon, which resulted in a death of the party.
I see. So what's the plan now?
Some less loved members of the party specifically.
Oh yes, and Walt, as far as I know.
Specifically the more orky members of the party.
As I can see, oh yes, and Walt is also dead.
And suddenly, Iron decided to do a popularity poll to see who to kill off next.
Maybe I should. That'd be very interesting.
And so by the time we got...
Yeah, but then we would know that you're deliberately going after us.
Right then, before I reveal what our next mission is, we are going to be doing, as like, we need to gear up and whatnot. First order of business, the bank. Second order, a magic shop. Third order, armorsmith / weaponsmiths.
How long am I unconscious, sir?
A long rest. You have completely drunk yourself out of this.
And I was like, bartender.
I see.
You're
And I'm
not in
like,
the bar.
where's
You're
the
inside
nearest
the bar.
inn? I mean, not inn, I mean bank.
You're
Sorry,
not
wait,
in the bar.
Wait, who you?
I'm asking the innkeeper where the nearest bank is.
Bank. He kind of thinks for a moment. Crafters District. No. What about that? That'll. Wait. The no. Oh yes, the bank. It's in the Merchants District.
Does this bank have a name so I can obviously recognize it on site?
It's just the bank. I think it's called Silverstone Bank. I'm not sure.
And in the Merchants District, you said.
Yes, Merchants District. Just go down the. Sorry. Do you know how to get back to Turtle Avenue?
Does my character know this, Aaron?
Well, you were on Turtle Avenue when you started.
Yes, I do.
It's like, okay. Just go down to Turtle Avenue, turn left, follow it until you get to Emerald Avenue, then go down Sunflower Road. It should be right up ahead, down on Hermetely Street.
Right. It's like, thank you. And as it's like to anyone who wants to come with me, I have some business that I have to take care of.
Since we're...
Okay,
Since
do
there's
any
some
of you
commotion, I think
guys want to come with, or are you guys just going to stay at the tavern?
Since there's much commotion, I think my character will wake up, but I won't come with you. I will go to the innkeeper and ask him, sir, where can I get advanced healing services? And I fumble around with my stump.
Oh dear God, man, what happened to you? He's like,
Orcs. Just like he responds, orcs.
He's like, I guess you. I guess you just go to the Temple District. There should be...
He's just like confused, just like, how the fuck did you survive?
He's like, yeah, just go to the Temple District. There's usually a temple there that can, provide some of this... Damn. Also, are any of you going? Are any of you going to help out your friend now? And you know, he kind of points to Rose, who's been sitting on the chair with her like one
And
leg.
it's like I before I head out, I'm just like talk to Zordon, and it's like you should probably help her along as well. There, she needs the help.
So I'm off to the temple district. Thank you, good sir.
And Rose obviously is following your character.
Okay.
Why did you call me she? I'm a male character.
I am talking about Rose. Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume she's going to come with you.
So those two are hobbling along together, basically.
Yep. All right. On you. So as which group do you guys want to do first?
Is anyone coming with my group, or am I just going to the bank by myself at this point?
Are you ordering people to come with you, or are you asking them?
I'm asking if anyone wants to come with, because after the bank I said we're also heading to a magic shop. I have a few items I need appraised on top of that.
I'm gonna come. I'm gonna actually come with Tristan, but before I do that, I actually want to go to the bartender and ask him if I can have the best rooms possible this tavern.
Oh, yes, of course. 2 gold pieces a day per person. Oh! And he sees the lovely lady behind. He's like, well, I mean, I guess the honeymoon suite is available. Just just 2 gold pieces for both of you in total per day. So, but your friends there, like, where will they be sleeping?
They'll be sleeping in a normal. You don't mind. I look at Bracken. Ask him if it's fine. Is it fine? You can take a normal room.
Yeah, he's just like, it's just all right. And he's just like, he's like, okay, 4 silver for the 2 over there for the day, and then 2 gold for you for the day.
I give him 15 golden coins. So is this?
Yes, this will cover your entire. This should cover your entire stay.
Good. I hand him over the 15 golden coins.
Okay, wow.
Just like this guy is making bank right now.
Yo, you guys just like came in here. You just overpaid him twice. It's like.
Yeah, that gold is basically to get him more than a few days. I'm obviously assuming.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, this is great for like everything he's getting from this.
Like this bartender.
At this
likes
point,
us.
we'd be considered. Right. Anyways, anyone else coming with me besides Quentin, or is any of his friends coming along?
I look at Frank X and I ask him, "You want to come?"
What?
I'm gonna like look at Frank X and I'll tell Tristan he's coming with us, and
Yeah,
I think my wife would need a rest. Don't you think, my love?
Sure, rest. That's what we call it. Yeah. I'll see you. I'll see you when you return, guys.
It's fine.
Alright,
And I
so...
don't know what Mormon's gonna do.
I'll escort you. I was hired as a bodyguard for you.
Okay, it's fine.
Alright, so we're making our way towards the bank then.
All right.
Just like in the girls' barracks, just like one of the cleric trying to teach Veros how to speak English.
It's basically slumber party in there at that point.
They're like, here's something productive we could do. We could teach the Tiefling how to speak.
Yeah. Actually, I need. Oh yeah. Since you are trying to do that, I need. What was it? I had you guys roll. Intelligence.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Roll intelligence to see if you can teach her. And then, of course, Veros, roll intelligence to see if you learn anything.
Well, somebody else is gonna have to roll.
It's the cleric.
Because it's either the cleric or the baker girl trying to teach her, and neither are in our control.
What iron? What iron?
Yes.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
He laughed all our voices.
Uh-oh.
Why is my volume muted? Guys, sorry about that.
Yeah,
My volume muted itself for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Intrigue.
So sorry. I need anyways. I need Tom and of course Arya to roll.
Well, we can control area. Harold is not here.
Okay, yeah.
Well, Iron can just roll. There's no modifiers.
Intelligence. Okay, and then Veros.
Much better than last time.
You pick up a couple more words this time, but you're still like not speaking above like a kindergarten level, to be honest.
Still better than not speaking at all.
New friend do not feel good.
You now know the words drunk and Celine.
Hey, that's a name, not a word.
It's a term now.
Term.
From now on.
It is suddenly a new term for being absolutely sloshed.
Exactly.
Okay, so back to the group that's heading towards the bank then, I'm assuming then?
Yeah,
I
you
swear
guys
to
head
God, if
you guys head down towards the bank. As you go to move district from the market district to the dear God, my brain's not working. To the merchants district, there is a guard post you have to go through. They kind of stop you and they're just like, tolls 2 copper pieces.
I hand him 2 coppers. And it's like, here you go.
Have a good day.
And then we continue on through, obviously.
Yeah, you guys go through and you're now at the you're now in the sorry, dear God, my brain's not working. You guys are now in the merchants district. On your way to the moneylenders, you see you go past carriage services, engravers, jewelers. The jewelers guild is there. You go by a wine shop, an apothecary, a butcher, and a chemist, and the blacksmiths guild, and then you finally reach the moneylenders at the end of Hermitite Street.
How grand of a building is it?
It's not grand. It's just very, very large, and it has a big stone version of a golden coin, just kind of as its plaque in the front.
And I'm assuming, obviously, we all head in, and we find the nearest teller, I guess it would be the proper term.
Yes, so you walk in, and then you see, the tellers, and, mostly they're human, but there's occasionally an elf here, definitely a high elf, as you can tell. They're working, and they're just kind of scurrying around.
So walk up to one of the tellers, then.
He's like... He's standing there, and he's counting, beans.
And I'm like,
He continues to count beans. He's like, oh. Then he
excuse me, sir.
Sets out a gold coin. He's like, he like writes some things down on the paperwork. Okay. 226 beans. Equals the weight in gold, 0.9. Request that he gets at least a 1/10 of a pound more of beans so we can do the equation.
excuse me, sir?
What?
That's like, I guess when he looks up at me, it's basically I'm just there tapping my foot with my arms crossed.
Huh? Who are you?
That's like, I'm here to... I slam down the whole
What?
the huge bag.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
It's like, I'm here to exchange coin. Slams down the bag of silver that I have.
What? One moment. And he suddenly he gets like a little kind of like horn. And he just kind of sticks it in his ears. Like, what was that?
I'm here to exchange coin.
Of course you are. You're at a bank.
That's like, this coin. Very exact. To be exact.
So how much silver? He's counting out the silver. How much silver did you put down on the counter?
2,080.
Okay. He's like, I can exchange it for 198 gold pieces. The remainder will be taken by the bank as a cost for the, dear God, sorry, what's the word I'm looking for here? For the exchange rate.
Fair enough.
Okay. Elf, get over here. He's like, yes, sir. He's like, take this coin down to the bank. Get us some gold pieces, please. He kind of takes his horn out of his ear briefly. He's like, so, what brings you here?
It's like, oh dear lord. I'm just chuckling to myself. It's like, just exchanging coin and whatnot. We just got back from a dungeon.
Adventurers, he says.
Hey, it makes the money flow at least.
You bring trouble, that's all you bring.
Not intentionally at this point.
Should we leave?
Still waiting on the coin.
Oh, I see.
Do you need anything? Young man?
I guess he's looking at you there, Quentin.
No, thank you. I'm fine.
Fine? Why would you need to get a fine?
Never mind.
What mind? Whose mind?
I just walk out of the building.
Where are you going? Mind the steps!
We get my gold at this point, or am I still waiting for it?
Yeah, you're still waiting. He's actually counting out the silver. It's and about like 1 hour, finally, like all your gold coins are. He's like, oh, there we go. Here it is, and he sets down the bag of gold coins, 190, as he said.
Mm-hmm. It's like, thank you, good sir. Pleasure doing business with you. And I
pleasure doing business with you as well. Come back anytime.
I'll remember that. I yell back over my shoulder.
You'll remember what?
Oh, for the love of... I just walk out the door at this point.
Have a nice day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, at least it wasn't a dwarf.
As you say that, you bump into a dwarf.
That's like...
And
that's like, I just look up the,
and behind him is a whole... is a whole platoon of dwarves.
That's like... Oh, yes. I just look up in the sky, it's like, you've got to be joking.
And it's like, and we will return to you in a moment. Now, as for Zudin and Rose Black... I do believe you were heading towards the Temple District.
Yes.
You're gonna have to take over for Rose as always.
Yes. As you reach the district, there's a request for 2 copper pieces.
I pay them.
No pay.
All right. They accept it and they say go on through.
Thank you. Can you tell me where can I get healing for maiming?
He looks at you and he's just like, well, I guess, well, he kind of gestures to the temples. I mean, there's a few, temples of to deities who could heal you.
Oh, thank you. I make a perception. Do I see a temple of a nature deity nearby?
Oh, of a nature deity? Yes, there is a temple to Anhaloa, the goddess of the forest.
When I go to this temple.
Okay, so you go to, it's a her, by the way. You go to her temple. There's the symbol of the unicorn horn on the front of the temple building itself. When you walk in, you see a very naturey place. There is a large tree with white leaves from the inside on the inside of the temple itself, spreading out, and it gives off like a light shaking of kind of dust. As you walk in, and if you guys have lost any hit points, regain 1 hit point. You also see several priests and clerics walking around. Some of them are healing people, others are giving out blessings and other such things. One of them is selling holy water.
I go to one of the priests healing people.
The priest is currently healing an injured individual who has a axe wound from. It appears to be a lumberjack axe, though you can kind of tell from the wound it's not large enough to have been a war axe. The man stands up and he's like, "Why, hello."
Hello, good sir. I had a little running into orcs lately, and sadly I lost an arm. Do you think you could help me with this more substantial injury?
He's like, you're going to need a spell of greater restoration if you want to restore lost limbs like that.
Do you know somebody who could
Iron,
help?
I do. Iron, I think we actually gave him the severed hand.
Yeah, I do have a severed hand. It's the whole arm. So I actually say to him, and I still have a lost limb. I don't think I should take it out at the moment. It's not very appealing looking.
How long has it been since it was detached?
You have to tell me meta knowledge. I don't have at the moment since
it's been
I wasn't in
been,
last session.
It's been over a day.
It's over a day out.
Yeah, too late to save it. He's like, well, a spell like this would be costly even if you could do the spell yourself. I would need to acquire some materials. A spell such as this would cost 2,000 gold pieces. I'm sorry.
Well, you did your best. I go to one of the.
If you're looking,
could
if you're just looking for a replacement for the arm, you could go talk to the Artificers Guild. They do make magical construct prosthesis.
Thank you very much for the help, sir.
Anytime. May the blessings of Allah be upon you.
I look around at the temple. Is there a place where I could, bury the arm? Kind of an offering to the god, my arm.
Jesus.
I offer to you my flesh and blood. I mean, yeah, there's a offerings table. There's actually, I guess you could leave your arm. I guess you could bury your arm like in the dirt, like right there. I guess.
Recycle.
I will ask a priest. I would like to give the goddess my arm. Would it be okay if I would bury it here?
Place it in the sacrificial pool, and he kind of points to the pool that is the tree is in.
Sorry, could you repeat it?
Place it in the sacrificial pool. He points to the water that the tree is growing out of.
So I go to the sacrificial pool and sit in it.
What? Sit in it? I just said set it in. I was just...
Set I. Okay, when I set it into the sacrificial pool and.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was. Okay. Yeah,
I was a little bit confused as well.
Yeah,
sorry,
your arm disintegrates into like white light, and the sacrifice has been complete.
I will.
The priest then gives you a quick blessing, and sends you on your way.
Thank you, good sir. Does the temple need any money?
He's like, well, we always need money. Realities of living in a city.
I give him 5 gold pieces.
Oh, what? No, I thank you. He's like, here, and he's like, it's not much, but here, and he hands you a flask of holy water.
Thank you.
Oh, and he's like, oh, and take this, and he hands you a small sapling as well. That's potted.
No, like, take this, it's dangerous to walk alone.
Hands you a small tree.
I had to.
Okay, so
Thank you, good sir.
You guys start heading back, and you return to the tavern, and the group that went to the Moneylanders has not
actually,
returned.
on the way to the tavern, I would Did I pass any shops on the way?
No, you're in the Temple District. When you get back... Oh, by the way, when you go to cross districts again, they say 2 copper pieces.
Here you go.
Have a nice day.
You as well.
As you get back into the Market District, there are several, shops. There's a, there's a glass blower, an embalmer's, a charm shop, a Wainwright, a carpenter, a potion shop, just a general shop, a cartographer, a tavern, and a jeweler. Oh, sorry.
I go to the potion shop.
Hello, and you just see potions just stacking the walls with, like, behind chain gates and all that.
Hello, good sir. Do you sell herbalism kits, or do you know anybody who does?
Herbalism kit. He's like, I'm kind of out of stock. The military kind of purchased a few last week. I have
something for hangovers.
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry. Nothing. Go on.
Okay, do you have jewel leaf or mistletoe?
Oh, of course. I do. Well, why wouldn't I?
I would like to take 5 of each.
Okay. He's just like, not much, 5 copper pieces.
And here you go.
Alright, here you go. And he bags up the ingredients and he hands them to you.
Do you have a leaf of sunak?
A leaf of... Oh, dear God, that was misspelled horribly.
Leaf of sumac. Pardon me?
Is that just another... Is that... What kind of ingredient is that?
Yeah, I need it for spells. I just went through my spell list and looked what kind of ingredients I need for each.
Like, leaf of a sumac tree?
It just says leaf of sumac. I guess the rest is character knowledge.
I don't fucking know. Yeah, he brings out a couple of leaves and he just says 1 silver.
Are they the right leaves? I guess my character would know.
They are the right leaves.
Just wait for them and go.
Something for hangovers.
There is no cure for that.
Sorry, I cut out for a few seconds. So, just when he arrived at the leaves, I kinda left connection. Are they the right leaves? My character would know.
They are the right leaves, yes.
So, a silver piece, you said?
Yeah, silver piece.
I'm sorry for the spell. What? Silver? What kind of piece?
Silver.
Silver.
Yeah, so here you go, 1 piece.
Okay, he hands them to you.
You gain new character trait, Hard of Hearing.
No, that's
okay.
Metalon.
Alright, so while they're all doing this, what is the group at what is the girls' party doing at the tavern?
Do I actually have any options?
No, but what they do to you is going to be utterly hilarious.
Yeah,
Pulls out permanent marker, I'm assuming at this point.
Actually, while you're passed out, Mel kind of comes up with the idea of maybe giving you a makeover.
Oh, fuck no!
Arya concurs.
Ooh, so wait, this actually,
Somebody's going to die when I wake up.
this actually could be handy, because for all we know, she actually might turn out pretty.
My character is confused at what this term is, having no idea what it means.
They're going to make her look pretty.
No, like, my character doesn't know what that term is.
She's like, Arya's like, I'll be right back, I'm gonna go get a dress.
Oh, you mother!
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah. Mel just.
You're probably never going to live this down.
Mel just says here. Let's go pay for a bath here, and we'll give her a bath, and we'll get her all cleaned up. So that's what's happening in the girls' party room. So and now it is back to the group that just encountered a dwarf, and he's like, "What did you say, laddie?" And he's got his axe right up against your throat. Your sword's on the ground. He's holding you up.
It's like, nothing good, sir. Nothing.
He's like, sounded like you said at least they weren't dwarves. What do you have against dwarves, laddie?
Nothing at all, good sir.
He's like, Commander. Commander, I'm sure he didn't mean anything by it. He says, kind of holding Quentin to the ground with his axe over his neck.
At this point, he's like, if it makes up to you, I'll buy you a keg of ale. If I made any transgression.
No, laddie. This is past a keg of ale. You insulted my family. He just pulls out a book, and he's like, "What is your name?"
Tristan Bradley, good sir.
Tristan Bradley. Grudge. Right?
That's like...
Slight, and it was insults family, racist against dwarves.
I'm just mentally banging my head against the wall at this point.
He's like, "I'll be seeing you again, laddie." And he just kind of kicks you in the gonads, and then leaves you kind of crumpled on the ground with his dwarf platoon behind him.
That's like right in the kisser. How long does it take for me to basically recover and get back up?
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
You better critic fuck you up.
It only takes a few moments before you're like, okay, yeah, all right, the worst is over.
That's gonna leave a mark in the morning.
By the way, write down on Tristan's character sheet, sterile. No, I'm just kidding. You're a eunuch now. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. So... now that you've just, also, I need, actually, yeah, speaking of which, you guys need to add enemy, orc champion, and also, you guys also need to add, and Tristan needs to add, has slated the dwarf clan.
Do I know which clan or not?
Yes, it is the they're called the dwarf stone clan. They're just called the stone clan because it doesn't translate to common.
All right, so put him as an enemy stone clan.
Not enemy, slighted.
Right.
Okay. I take it you guys go back to the tavern.
Actually, no, I'm heading towards a magic shop. I have a few items on me that I need appraised.
Okay, merchants. You walk around in the merchants district. There does not appear to be a magic shop in the merchants district.
Okay, it's like I ask one of the guards, I'm assuming that's just patrolling. It's like, excuse me, where's the nearest magic shop?
He looks at you, and he just kind of, like, looks at your group. He's like, 2 gold pieces.
I'm like, sure.
Okay. You hand him the gold, and he's just like, more than happy to help, sir. Oh, dear God. Oh, sorry, my, like, neck is killing me. I actually have to look through this, because I actually have where everything is. He thinks about it for a moment. He's like, "Oh, yes, I remember now. It is in the market district. It is in the merchant. It's in the market district. It's just right down Mare Street. Right on the corner of Northwich."
Holy shit, I'm almost out.
Make another Constitution saving throw, Celine. No.
Fuck you. This is out of character.
This is out of character drunkenness.
Alright, at this point, I was like, thank you, and obviously the group's heading towards that place, and obviously we're gonna have to pay the standard toll.
Yeah, he's like, take copper pieces, please.
How about I give you a silver piece, and I don't have to worry about this next time I come around through?
He kind of looks, he's like, sorry, it's not that I don't want to, it's just that we only have a thing that allows us to accept copper pieces.
How about I just hand you double the price then?
Okay, fine.
So, next time.
If next time you go through here, you can get through for no cost.
Thank you.
Okay. You walk through the guards post, and you're now in the market district again, where the tavern is located.
Mm-hmm. And obviously we head over to the magic shop. What was the name you called it again?
Oh, they didn't call it that. You walk out of it, and it just says Gunther's Glorious Magic Shop.
Ah, okay. Let's say, shall we go in and register to my compatriots?
Yes.
And we obviously walk in.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Doing quite well, all things considered, good sir. And it's like, well, I'm here to appraise a few items.
Ah, of course. Bring them here. You know the cost of appraisal, correct?
No, the person who told me about this place neglected to tell me that.
Would be very neglected to ask, but whatever. He's like, of course, there's a price for appraising magic items no matter where you go, sir.
Alright, how much?
It depends on the item.
That's like, let's see here. 1, 2, 3... possibly 4 items.
4 items? 50 gold. That should cover the appraisal for all of them.
Alright, I hand it to him.
Okay. What items are you having him appraise?
First up, Libertas.
Okay.
And I set the sword right in front of him on the counter, I'm assuming?
Yeah, that's what I was assuming you were doing too. Okay. Yes, it's a sword of +1. Good sword, as far as I can tell. He kind of looks at it, he's like, I might, if you would like, I could give it a closer inspection, see if there's anything else, but at a glance I can say it's a sword of +1.
Yeah, go ahead, take a little further glance.
Alright, he kind of takes it and he puts it in a box that he has. He's like, I'll get to it, sometime within the hour. What else do you have?
I pull out my dagger, obviously it glows, and I hand it to him.
He appraises it and he's just like, it's a dagger of +1. The glow effect is, I'm not quite sure. It was either intentional and therefore meant like to be kind of a bit of a light while whoever was doing it was, doing something, or it was unintentional and made by a amateur who didn't know how to enchant properly. Other than that, the glow cannot be turned off. It always does this. Other than that, though, it's just a dagger of +1. Nothing more, nothing less. And he hands it to you.
Alright, put it back in the sheath, and this should be the final weapon, and basically the sword of bleeding I place up, I had strapped to my salad.
Interesting. A sword of bleed. It is a sword that is magically enchanted to make make the cuts and wounds of your enemy much more severe. Only the toughest of enemies could withstand such a blade. It can be very deadly, in fact, over the course of long fights. Very well crafted. And he's like, if you'd like, I'll give it a closer inspection, of course.
It's like at this point, it's like very well. I'm assuming this will also be within the hour.
Yeah, more like 2 now. But yeah.
Fair enough.
He's like, and what was the 4th item?
It's like, actually, oh yeah, and I hold out one of the potions of longevity. I think I know what this is, but I just need some confirmation.
He barely even glanced at the thing. He's like, it's a potion of longevity.
Okay, thank you.
Looks at you.
That is all for me, but I'm asking, do any of you need anything appraised or whatnot?
I do. I walk up to the
I'll
counter
give you 150 gold for all of it.
It's like I'm not. It's like Libertas might be up for sale, as it's called, but the Sword of Bleed and the dagger, no.
Alright. He's like, and you, young man, is there anything you need appraised?
Yes, I do actually. I wish to have one item. Possible?
1 item?
Yes.
15 gold pieces.
15. Okay. I hand him the 15 gold pieces, and I give him the pickaxe.
Oh, the pickaxe. Alright, yeah. He's like, he inspects it, and he's just like, yes, this is a dwarven pickaxe. It is quite commonly, it's enchanted to be used by the dwarven youngs. It allows them to understand, quickly learn mineral compositions and other such things by looking at them. Very useful actually, but very interesting then.
And how much would you pay for this item?
5 silver.
Okay, never mind then. I'll keep it. And I
wink back at him and say, hey, that could be useful if you ever come across any minerals ores.
Oh, that is...
Anyways, I'm done now, so I'll probably walk out the building.
It's like I'll be seeing you in roughly 2 hours then.
Yes, see you then.
Alright, and...
Is there any weapon shop nearby?
A weapons shop? No.
Yes, armorsmith.
You need to go. You need to go to either the Blacksmiths Guild, which is in the Merchants District, or you just need, you need to go to the Crafters District.
I'll go to the Merchants District. Yeah.
Okay.
If everyone is okay with it.
It's like, fair enough.
So as you head back to the Merchants District, the guy was about to say 2 copper, and he's like, "Oh, never mind, go through." And you go to the Merchants District, and you go to, and I take it you just go straight to the Blacksmiths Guild. There's the guild building, the guild hall, as it were, isn't really a hall so much. It's a large kind of square building that in the center of it there are a lot of anvils and like crafting stations and stuff like that, as well as there are some in the inside of the building as well.
Oh yes, this reminds me, I'm gonna have to ask a request to them while I'm also at this place.
Yeah, Zudin and Rose Black, are you guys going to were you guys just going back to the tavern, or were you going to the Artificers Guild?
Roses. I think
Okay.
Rivers is talking to someone, I think.
Okay, okay, so Rose Black, I'm gonna say at this point you actually get to the Artificers Guild. You had to pay 2 copper to get into the Merchants District, as always.
But yeah, Rose Black wants to go to the tavern, right?
Oh, you're going to the tavern?
Yeah, Rose is, yeah.
Okay, never mind. You're going to the tavern, then never mind. You don't have to pay anything.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so in that case, back to Tristan and Maros. By the way, is Veros? Is there anything you want to be doing? Veros?
Well, I might go explore, but
You're not gonna help the two with the Celine?
As my character said, as my character doesn't even know what you guys are even talking about. How would I be of help?
Mel asked you if you know how to braid hair.
I shake my head.
She's like, she just kind of, she's just like, just kind of, she just kind of hands you a measuring tape and some needle and thread. She's just like, just make sure that she's the right size for the dress. And because Aria has gotten back, and there is a beautiful light green colored dress that is in the corner.
At the very
Harold has returned. Harold, you're late.
Everything hurts.
Harold, do you want to know what you're doing?
Yes.
Actually, somebody else tell him.
You're currently giving Celine a makeover.
Do it.
What?
Why?
She got herself drunk and she's passed out.
Yeah, she's drunk and passed out, so...
Oh, okay. This makes sense.
You may or may not have also knocked her unconscious.
And it's only the girls in the room, so yay.
Okay. Alright, I
Templar
will.
just left for a moment, it seemed.
Alright, I will. Okay.
Let me get roll 20 open. Wait, never mind.
Alright.
This, people, is why you should not roll critical ones when drinking.
Okay, guys. I'm back.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Yep,
that.
and... We still on the girls, or are we back to the guys at this point?
No, we're still on the girls. So, Aria, you just arrived back, and you have... by the way, can you please get in the Roll20 chat? Aria, you just arrived back. You now have a light green colored dress for Celine. You figured it would suit her nicely. The bath that Veros and Mel were giving Celine while she was unconscious has finally finished. And Mel has like taken out various kind of like she's like combed Celine's hair, a couple of different beauty products as well, like whatever standard standard female stuff. And Celine is like all nice and dressed up now.
Well, this is going to be good.
Oh yes. And now back to the guys. What have you guys been doing?
I'm basically excuse me. Who do I speak about for commissions? We're in the guild at this point.
He's like, he's just like, I mean, if you want to just place an order, you can just place it on the board, but if you just want something done, just go talk to somebody. We're not really, we're not insanely,
which one of your smiths is better at armor smithing?
It'd probably be him. He just kind of gestures to the back over there, like where there's a guy he's making.
And I head over to him, obviously, so thank you.
He's making, he appears to be making plate armor, and he's also kind of engraving into, he's engraving into the plate armor the symbol for the, this city's, knights, and he's just kind of like carving it in very, very precariously, and making the symbol all nice. It's just a symbol of a two-headed lion. Like butting off of the center chest piece. When you come over, he doesn't really pay you any attention at first, but he kind of acknowledges you briefly and then continues to go back to his work. Once he's done, he kind of leaves the armor out. He doesn't quench it because he doesn't want it to be ruined as a result. And he's like, "What can I do for you?"
Yes, I was wondering if you could do something with this. And I put down the sack that contains the chainmail armor I have and the armor plates left there from that shredded plate armor.
He looks at the shredded plate armor and he's like, "Damn." It's like, I hate to go up against whatever slashed this open.
Apparently it was some bugbears that did him in.
I'd imagine. He kind of picks out a bugbear claw from like the inside of it. Just like, well, he's like, I can use this material and make some new plate armor for you. It would only cost a fraction of what it normally would.
Second, I'll also say, can we do some by combining the armor I currently have here with that?
Unless you intend to just make half plate. I mean, that'll be cheap as well, but...
Yep, basically turning it into half plate.
Sure, I suppose I could do that. He just kind of looks at... He's kind of inspecting the, armor. He's like...
Just to let you know, Iron, I had taken good care of my armor.
He's just looking at the entire thing. He's like, he's just kind of like nodding to himself about like certain like costs and stuff like that, and how much time it would take. Okay, he says, it will cost, including the guild's price, around around 500 gold pieces.
That's like reasonable price. It's like, do you accept platinum?
Of course I accept platinum, he says.
That's like, I think it's like counting out to 50 platinum. It's like, will this cover the price?
Yes, it will. And he takes
look who's here.
Hello.
It's like, and how long should I be?
Are people spending my money?
It will be.
No.
He's like,
Yes.
I will have it complete within 10 days.
Fair enough.
All right. Then he's like, after you hand him the platinum, and he just kind of puts your order up on the. He kind of writes down your order and he places it on a chart. He moves you all the way up to the number 3 slot. There are only 2 groups ahead of you. There is a large order for plate armor from a Knights Guild, and then there is a order for some just kind of armored pieces for one of the local mages college.
I'm guessing there's... Go right ahead, Quentin.
I'm gonna walk up to the blacksmith and ask him, do you, is there any chance you have 2 short swords?
He's asking a random blacksmith at this point.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think, a blacksmith is like, short swords? Of course I do.
Which quality also, Quentin, do you want them in?
I think I'm gonna...
Would it actually be...
What do you have right now, or do you have to make them?
Well, I mean, he has various different qualities. Like, it really just depends on if, like, what kind of quality you want.
I guess a bit better than average, like a.
Oh, so you want a superior one then?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Two superiors for short swords. He's like, I have one superior. I have one already on hand, but I need to make a second one. I'll even make it to match if you want.
And what did you say? A magical one?
No.
He said he was making a matching set.
Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely. How much does that cost?
Well, he's like, as he said he only has one on hand right now. Ghost, will you please stop that?
That's Harold.
Harold, stop that.
I might be at land, but it doesn't make sense.
He looks at you and he's like, okay. He kind of hands you the one short sword. He's like, it'll cost you 22 gold pieces.
Each or in total?
No, for the one, and then I'll get working on the second one.
That's fine.
Alright, so you pay him, and he hands you one short sword. He's like, I will, make the, second one, as we speak.
Good. How long will it take?
He's like, sometime within the next 10 days. He's like, depends on when I get to it. And he, places your name on the, list. There is a rather large list, but he is only making weapons, so it doesn't take as long. Okay.
That's fine. And I also asked the blacksmith and tell him, is there any blacksmith or person around you who sells or makes kind of exotic kinds of armor? Is that something that's...
Sorry, what was that?
Any quite rare types of armor? Is there anyone who sells them or even makes them?
You want to go to Drago?
Drago.
Yes.
And where is he located?
Oh, yes. He should be on the top level.
Thank you, sir.
He just kind of points to me. You can see Drago up there. Very strange looking man, but he's working on some interesting looking armor.
Where the fuck are we?
Okay, I see.
You're at the cavern.
Thank you for your service, and I'll walk away. And if I'll tell Tristan, I'm gonna get some more stuff if you don't mind. And I walk up to Draco.
So you walk up to Drago's little workshop, and he's got various different kinds of armor. Like he has like kind of a Japanese armor set, like actually sort of standing there. You're not really. It's not something you've ever seen before. In fact, he's also like currently kind of making a piece of really strange plate mail where it almost has kind of like a magical feeling ebbing off of it. And there's also in the left corner of his like kind of balcony area. What's that term? Like when there's when there's an area that's outdoorsy, but there's kind of an overhead area.
Oh, can't recall the thing. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Though. Basically, there's a full black suit of armor where it's got like layered black pieces of black metal over top of each other. And it looks very like it would protect you from a lot of things, to be honest.
I see. I walk up to him and greetings. So I am trade in some exotic kinds of armor.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's Victor 2.0.
Is there any chance you have a piece of elven chain around?
Elven chain? Yes, elven chain. Yes, I have elven chain.
This guy needs to lay off the crack.
Everything God's bad, you should see Victor.
And how much would that cost, good sir?
Elven chain.
Wait, I'm Victor. What the fuck? You absolute cunt.
You didn't. His name is not Victor. That was just something that somebody else mentioned. His name is Drago.
I'm just basically going off a reference.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're doing. It's like elven chain. It's me. It's around 100 gold.
100 gold.
Yes.
Let's see. And what are you? Before I buy this, is there any other kinds of like really exotic armor in?
I think
which is light, but gives you a lot of armor.
Oh. You want armor made of mithril?
Mithril?
Mithril, yes. Light as a feather. Strong as the strongest of steel. I've been meaning to make some mithril armor for some time now.
I see. And how light would that be? Is it like light as a feather, or
light as a feather, strong as dragon scales?
Light as a feather, strong as dragon scales.
And how much would that piece of armor cost?
Oh well, what kind of armor would you like out of it? I can make any kind of armor with that.
Dank. Blood armor, please.
Real quick, out of character. Could I actually have like full plate mithril without any stealth?
Let's not go that crazy.
No. Okay.
You don't have to for that, so.
First off, like full plate armor and gaining stealth, that would not be possible just because of like the way the armor would be shaped. You would get clanking sound.
Okay,
that's the reason why.
And you're an assassin.
And you don't have the skills in it, so you want the medium, so say like a breastplate.
Yeah, never mind. I actually I just realized. You know what? I'll just stick with the elven. And I hand him over the.
Sorry, what was
I hand him over the 100 gold.
He's like, yes. And then he opens up a chest, and he's just like, 1 moment, and he jumps down into the chest.
Okay.
He should not be able to do this.
Are you alright, sir?
You just kind of hear some string. Oh, damn it! Here it is. And he like sets the elven chain out, and he just like jumps out of the chest and closes and like lower, and then he unclips the ladder which he has in the chest, and then closes it. Here you go, elven chain. He says this should be about your size.
Thank you. I take it and I give him the 100 gold. Pleasure doing business with you. And
yes. Come again. Oh. I saw you were eyeing this, and he like points to the large black suit of black armor.
What was about it?
I saw you were interested in it.
I mean, tell me, what is it? What is it? What kind of armor is it?
This is my masterpiece, Berserker armor. Stronger than even plate.
Oh no!
Oh, I know this reference.
Subtle references.
stronger than even plate armor. Enchanted to make it so the wearer could fight till every bone in his body has been shattered and every drop of blood has been drained out of his corpse.
Mine? Mine?
You're not the hair.
Oh.
Yeah,
But he can
you're
tell you
not
about it when he
here
gets
and-
back.
An interesting
Ghost?
set of things.
Ghost, have you ever read Berserk?
Nope.
You do not want to wield this thing. It controls you.
Fuck it. Let's go.
It's cursed armor, basically.
It's an interesting piece of armor, but I think I'll
I like
pass
how you
it.
guys think it's the same thing. Like, you for some reason seem to think that this is actually the same thing.
We have nothing better to do.
And I'll actually give him my old level. Maybe you can make something nice of it, and I just give it to him for free.
Alright,
What is this?
he's like, thank you. Okay, we're back. Alright guys, so you guys are currently, shopping in the blacksmith. What is Groomash doing while he's alone? Not Groomash, sorry. What is, are you in the game yet, actually?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, what is Augusto doing while he's in the room with as he's, like, looking through, like, notes and papers?
Well, I am going to go and see if I can find someone who could tell me about people who I could potentially recruit into my order.
Go, do what I did.
And what did you
Well,
do?
I mean, if you go down...
Go to the bar, order a single drink.
Get drunk.
Wait, one question out of character. What's the thing to the right bottom of Quinton? Not the thing below him, but a little bit more to the bottom, a little bit more to the right.
His wife.
That's his wife.
Quinton has a wife?
He got married.
Yep.
Ooh. Damn, Quinton.
Don't even think about it.
The adventures of Quinton have been quite... I mean... No, considering what...
They have...
Considering what the order that he is a part of, that's not going to be a thing that happens.
What?
No.
Me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to go and see if I can find someone who would potentially know about people who would be willing to fight for a something interesting.
Well, you walk down
Yes.
into the bar, you see several individuals, a lot of commoners, but you see like one individual in particular, and he's just kind of sitting in the corner, hooded and cloaked, sipping his ale. He sits alone, actually.
Can I order myself two? How do you call that?
There's
Mugs of
also-
ale? No,
there's
not
also
mugs,
a
pints.
There's also a couple of shady individuals who are sitting on the other end of the bar. All of them are wearing like gear you would typically expect off of like thieves or thugs. There's even a member of who appears to be a knight in this bar as well.
Nice. Interesting. All right. I suppose first things first. So there were shady people there, right? They just looked shady. What were they wearing again?
They're wearing like dark leather, some typically light gear, and they look to be thieves about them. A lot of pockets and some and some other things, but they're just sitting down there eating a meal, enjoying it.
All right. Suppose I'll leave those alone for now.
You also notice that. You also notice that in the center of the tavern, there's a sword sticking into the ground. It's a Holy Avenger.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Ooh. First things first. I'm going up to the barkeep and I'm ordering myself two pints.
Yeah, the barkeep. He stands actually really tall. He's actually. How tall are you?
Is he
Ghost?
tall enough to be? He's taller than I am.
Ghost, how tall are you actually?
Let me see. I'm like 2.4 meters
Oh my
to
god! Just write down your
feet.
fucking height.
7.9 feet. I'll put it in feet.
He's not quite as he's not as tall as you. He's he's 6'8". But he can look like right into your eyes, and he's just like, he's completely shaved. He's got like a military haircut, and his muscles are bigger than yours.
Damn, that's impressive. Considering I have an 18 strength.
So he's like, he's like, oh, so, anything else I can do for you?
This sword, could you potentially tell me something about it? It seems interesting to me.
Like, well, it's back in the old times, back during the tyranny of the Third Age.
Oh, great.
Chaos and fire ruled the land. But one man kept this entire city from actually going under. He was a paladin of unparalleled strength and holiness. He stood against tides of enemy. He held a bridge for 3 days against a tide of orcs, killing over 100.
Impressive.
He was even known to have killed over 100 men by himself in a single combat.
Not bad.
One day though, when everything was said and done, he walked into this very building. It used to be a knight's hall. Did you know this? When all of his friends had died, and he was the last man standing, after he finished holding the city, he held his guard. He took his sword, his holy avenger, and he plunged it into the ground, the center of the tavern. And there it has stayed, ever since. He walked off into the night. No one has ever seen him or heard of him since.
Templar, you're breaking up a lot.
Shut up, Ghost.
Am I the only one that hears that? Because that might be on my part.
That was quite fluent, actually.
Alright. No, it's...
Okay, basically, it's a hero's sword. It's kind of Excalibur. If
Sword
you
in the stone, more likely.
try to take it, people will shoot you.
Yeah. I'll ask the part. If someone was to take this sword, is it for doing good deeds? Would anyone mind?
You're welcome to try.
Oh. Why is that? This is basically Excalibur, isn't it?
He says because no one has taken out that sword in the past 200 years that it's been here. If not longer.
Because they physically couldn't? Or?
Challenge accepted.
Because they couldn't.
Alright. Might I try?
Yeah, sure. Roll me a strength check.
Oh, well, this is going to be absolutely fucking horrible, isn't it? I need to roll a fucking 45 here. Where's my strength? Hey.
Or nat 20.
Well, it's a 21. Not good enough.
You grip it with both your hands, and you pull with all your might, and you give yourself a hernia. No, I'm just kidding. You pull, and it just does not move out of the ground at all. And he says, also, just to let you know, it's said that the sword will not move unless the champion himself reclaims it.
So I need to go and find this guy. Interesting.
Dude.
Let's go find.
Let's
go find a person who's well over 200 years old. That'll go well.
If he's as impressive as you say he is, maybe he's still alive.
Well, he was human though. You need to remember.
He was human.
Yes.
Well, isn't magic able to prolong someone's life?
Yes, but typically not above the age of 120.
Typically, that's the key word here. But thank you for telling me this.
Let me put it this way: typically, not much further than 120. I have never seen someone go past 180. Period.
All right. Yes. Well, thank you for the story. And how much are the pints?
Oh, he's like 4
copper pieces mug.
4 copper pieces a mug, so 8 copper pieces.
I'll give him a gold piece. Say like, yeah, you can keep the change.
Oh, thank you. All of your friends are wonderful people, and he places it in the proverbial register every time.
My friends? Ah, alright. I'll walk over to the guy that was sitting alone. The guy with a hood pulled over, drinking his ale.
He's just like, what do you want, Goliath?
Oh, you know what I am. Interesting.
One such as myself does not mistake such things very often. Also, you're really fucking tall.
Yeah, that is something, isn't it?
He reaches out and he grabs the mug of ale in front of him. He kind of goes and he kind of like tries to drink it and it's empty.
You mind sharing one with me? And I put out the second one I have.
I'm always welcome to free alcohol.
All right.
And he takes his hand and he grabs it. And you roll perception, by the way.
Oh, I will probably see that he has no hand. Perception. Oh,
I have a feeling that this is based off of.
No, and you don't have. And sorry, you do not have advantage.
He just takes, he just takes a drink. He takes a big drink of it, and he's like, "So what do you want, Goliath?"
Oh, I wanted to hear your story.
Why do I get that? Why do I get that this is the Black Swordsman? Because we found the Berserker armor.
What is the
like-
Black Swordsman?
He's like my story, huh?
Go
Yes.
read Berserk, Ghost.
I am
don't-
interested.
I don't think you want to hear my story. Not really.
I've heard terrible things. I've partaken in terrible things.
So
I might
I must
be able to take.
ask, what is a member of the Knights Templar doing in this establishment?
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Do I even know what I'm doing here, Templar?
I
just got sent out.
You just got rescued, to be fair. So, like,
I will say, I was thinking of forming a part of the Order here.
Because why the fuck wouldn't we have Knights Templar?
I'm like, well, the cost of making such a building or purchasing one for said order would be pricey, but it is possible.
Well, we need to start off small, anyways, right?
Indeed. He takes another drink of his ale.
Is the story that long that I need to order myself? Need to order you another one?
Yes.
I'll look over to the barkeep. I'll take out 2 golden coins and say, "Could you give me a keg of that?"
Keg.
Okay. You're purchasing a keg.
Yes.
Okay. One moment.
Or a barrel, or whatever you call it.
It would be a keg, but
Yeah.
I mean, technically, it wouldn't be a. It would be. Oh yeah, sorry, a barrel. 40 gallons of liquid. 4 cubic feet solid. Okay. Are you sure you don't want? You're not just asking for like a bottle.
Unlimited fill.
Or you
like,
could ask him for. You could
Oh, wait,
ask
a picture.
for
A
good...
picture. You could ask for a picture.
A picture?
A picture.
Basically a nice big jug of it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. That would be. Where is it?
Oh, you've already paid a golden piece, so maybe
that would. Okay. Yeah, you've covered it already then. So yeah.
I'll just give him another golden piece just for the service.
Yeah, he sets out the picture, and he's just like, I am benefiting so much from this.
You have no idea.
Here's the thing: you better keep the
Here's the
customers happy.
Here's the thing: if it wasn't for the fact that you guys were voluntarily giving them this, you guys would have been swindled so many times by now. So, he pours out a little bit of the ale to the picture. He's like, "So, Knight, are you good to your word?"
Ghost.
God damn it.
Not again.
What's up? What's up? Yeah.
Are you good to your word?
Am I good to my word? Wait, did I make a promise to someone?
No, just say yes.
He's
Yes,
asking
I
you
am.
He's at, all right. Then you must promise that whatever I say, you do not speak it past this table.
Will not get past this table.
He looks.
I
at you.
swear it on.
Okay. It was just like he was waiting for the words "I swear."
Yeah.
My name is Tyrion Regal, and I
All right.
am a man who's lost everything. About 12 years ago, my family and I were forced out of our empire.
Empire.
Yes. We were driven out by a band of greedy nobles and a man who calls himself the Overlord.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Unfortunately, I do not know information which has been told out of character in character.
You know
Great.
about the you know about the Overlord.
Oh great.
OOC, I think I might know what you're talking about, Iron, simply because you had this character different campaign, but you were denied.
Yeah.
Is it this guy?
It is. Yeah, it's Tyrion. It was
Awesome.
I was the first of 3 children. My family was on the run from the greedy nobles who wanted my family dead, and from the invincible Overlord who dethroned my empire. my mother, in a state of, well, quite frankly, terror and emergency, we had to go through the Amazonian territories in order to escape them. Unfortunately, while we did escape the Empire, we did not escape the Amazonians. They captured us. I was put in shackles, and I watched as my sisters and my mother were taken away from me. I was enslaved, and every day the Amazons would whip and beat me, constantly trying to break my will. And actually, you kind of see through his cloak. You actually see scars on his shirt and on his right arm that you can see multiple scars everywhere. I didn't. For 6 years this went on, but I still would not give in. Every year, however, there was a rite, as it was called, that allowed a slave to challenge the matriarch. If you beat her, you gained your freedom. If you didn't, you would stay a slave. And extra beatings and no supper for 3 weeks. Anyways. Not that I wouldn't mind you. The food was terrible. He's like, on the 6th year, on my 6th challenge, the matriarch had me on the ground again, beaten. My arm, my arm was chained to the very ground itself. She laughed at me. She took out a magical mirror and showed me my sister.
Oh.
She was completely broken. I have never been filled with such rage in my life. I took my sword. I cut off my own arm. And you now see that his left arm is in fact not his own arm. It's actually a magical construct that has replaced it. And
this guy's amazing.
I want to know where he did get it from.
And I hit her again and again and again until she stopped moving, and then I hit her until she bled. I took her own sword and I walked out of there. No one dared stop me. But unfortunately, that's just where my story begins. I then wandered the lands for many years, plotting, scheming, trying to find a way to gain back my empire, but I'm an exiled prince who's never been emperor. When I turned 18, not but 6 years ago, he's like, my memories of my past came to me. I am actually much older than I appear. My family are members of the Ishtar, the immortal bloodline. Should one of us fall, and so long as one member of the bloodline continues to live, we shall be eventually reborn later on down the line.
Damn, that's impressive. That's cool.
However, in this case, I may be in the most danger possible. As far as I know, the only person of my family that is left alive is my sister, who is, well, quite frankly, not a place I would ever want to be again. But my empire, quite frankly, has been taken over. He's like, he kind of sighs and he's like this. I have lived for over 1,000 years. Survived 2 ages.
Damn!
And I need to retake my empire. If the Overlord gets his way, there will not be anything left of anyone's kingdom or freedom.
So give me a quick summary. What the fuck's the Overlord again?
The Overlord is the current ruler of the Empire. He took over about 20 years ago. And he kind of had, and he basically has been, basically there was a civil war that happened. What happened was this: it was basically the Loyalist, which was the Emperor and his family and all of the people loyal to him, against the invincible Overlord and his supporters that he had gathered. It had ended basically with the entirety of the regal house being wiped out, essentially, not but like a few people maybe if they had survived, and ended with him taking over. There's also been a few wars since then, as the Overlord has kind of captured new territory for the Empire. But basically, he was the one who has made it illegal for Dragonborn to be in existence. Basically, if a Dragonborn is found, he offers bounties in favor of them. There are bounty hunters that look for them and hunt them down. Because all Dragonborn used to be a member of the Incorruptible Dragon Knights, and they fought the Overlord, and he single-handedly destroyed them and shattered their order.
Oh, well, that's bad.
He also destroyed another order. It was the King's Glaive, as it was. The Emperor's Glaive, as it was called, and they were a personal knight order of the Emperor, and they were destroyed, and they've been scattered to the winds.
Wow. Yeah. Your story is tough.
There's more. In fact, it gets worse.
Please tell me.
He's like, perhaps another time, but I'm afraid I'm out of ale.
What is going on then? Why would you need to move?
What? He said I'm out of ale.
I think he's talking to the guys who just talked and yelled at him in the background.
Yeah, give me a second.
Right,
hey,
so
while this is happening, can we get back to someone else?
Yes.
Alright, girls or boys at this point?
Well, it's been about 3 hours, so I'm gonna go with the boys.
Okay, so I'm heading back to the the enchantment place, because you said it's been 3 hours, you said?
Yeah, it's been about, well, no, sorry. It's been about 1.5 hours since you've been to his shop. It's been like 3 hours since you guys have
Okay, in this case, I'm heading back to the tavern, because I think I've gotten everything I needed.
Yeah,
Templar.
Yes?
Did the guy leave?
No, you just switched over.
He didn't.
Oh, right, good.
He didn't leave. It's just that he's kind of done talking at the moment. So you had so the guard says 2 copper pieces.
That's like I handed him 4. It's like that's for the next time I should go through.
Alright.
When Tristan actually tries to go there, I actually tell him that I'm gonna have to do something real quick on my own, and I walk off. I'm gonna try to go to the underground. You said
the what?
Like the illegal lair of the city. What was the district? What was it called again?
The legal area, the government district.
Illegal, as in Thieves Guild area, basically.
You want to go to the low district?
Yeah, the low district. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll call Tristan. Yeah.
So basically, I'm heading back, and it's like, finish up your business and do be safe. Last we need is a knife in your back.
I can take care of myself, and if I can't, my good old pal here. So. And I wander off.
All right, so you walk down to the low district. You actually have to go through 2 separate districts to get there. That'll be 2 copper pieces at each station.
God damn it! I don't have any copper left. Can I just give him a golden coin?
Okay, yeah, you can. He totally will accept a golden coin.
Yeah, okay, I'll give him a golden coin.
Okay, he's like, go on.
Were you giving golden coins?
This way goes to Quentin is loaded at the point.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I know.
You're just walking down the street, and this is the more slummy area of the city. An individual just bumps into you. He's like, ugh, move out of the way.
Oh, no.
That guy stole some of you.
I check my things and see if he actually stole anything, because I know what's going on here.
No, nothing's stolen.
Check your pockets if there's something
extra. I check everything, like if he took something or anything happened.
No, nothing's stolen. Another individual runs into you. Move out of the way.
God damn it.
Oh, dear Lord.
Actually, do these guys have any sacks of gold, like, on their belts?
They've already left, man. Like, you're standing in the crowd that's walking.
Okay, I walk over to what seems to be like a thieves guild or something like that, and I go and try.
There isn't a building.
There is not a building.
There
you said.
is not a building.
Okay, I see. Are there any like markets of like things where items are being sold?
Yeah, there's a cloth merchant. There's a home of a diplomat. There's an apothecarian. There's a embalmer, and there's some animal pens. There's a small apartment building. A tanner. Some shanty houses. There's a prison and a government office like right next to it. There's also some food stands, and there's a gambler's den.
Gambler's Den. Okay. I'll go to the Gambler's Den and yeah, go there.
You kind of hear some chatter and stuff like that from the inside of it. There are people who are playing three card red, which is just, you know, there's 2 black cards and 1 red card, and you're trying to find the red card while they move them around. You then have there's also some people who are playing poker. Or some people that are playing basically the variation of Gwent of this universe, basically, or Hearthstone, whichever you pick. There's several people. There's like money and like items that are in like various pots and piles everywhere.
Is there like an owner of the thing? Place?
None that you can clearly see.
Is there like a bartender?
Yes, there is actually. There is a bartender.
I'll walk up to him and yeah, I'm going to try and get some drink. And I'm basically going to ask him where I could find some interesting items for myself around these parts. So things which wouldn't be accepted in the normal shops. If you know
Who
what
the
I mean.
hell are you, rich boy?
Rich boy.
Yeah.
See how it is.
You're a bit of a fool coming down here. I can see the gold radiating off of you. But then again, I suppose I am cheating, and he just kind of like gestures to he just kind of like removes his glasses really quickly, and like wipes them off and puts them back on.
Anyways, I ask him again, like, where is like a place where I can get some shady, interesting items for a
shady
for a person like me.
He just
kind of
he just kind of he walks over to like the wall of alcohol, and he just kind of kicks the cabinet, and a door slides open like slightly to the right of the bar itself.
Oh,
I really hope you can't hear.
I see. I think I'll
just down there.
Okay, I'll follow him.
It's a trap.
He isn't. No, he's not going down there. He just kind of says it's down there.
Okay, I'll go down there.
You go down there, and the steps descend from.
By the way, with my bodyguard as well. Like, he's gonna come down there as well.
Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, you have him with you. You walk down. The steps take quite a while. You actually pull out your dagger at some point because it's pretty dark. And you eventually get to the bottom of it, and there is a huge underground black market. Like,
I see. Interesting.
Kind of think Harry Potter, the what's it called? Diagonally. Like, basically,
okay.
It's basically like that. There's various people walking between the market itself and purchasing various illegal goods. There's a poisoner's shop. A shop of like illegal magic items and enchantments. Just some various weapons that have kind of been banned by warfare. There's one man who's There's one man.
Weapons?
There's one man who's selling strange vials filled with a gaseous fluid in them.
Interesting. I'll walk up to the guy who was selling weapons of sorts.
He walks over to you. He's got like he only has one hand, and he's missing an eye, and he's got like several like scars of like bolts, like where bolts have hit him before. And he's like, "What do you want, rich boy?"
I'm looking for some weapons? What do you have in store for me?
Oh, you fucking fucktard. Are you looking for what I think you're looking out for?
Yes, he is.
Oh, you stupid.
Various weapons and goods. You need to be more specific than that.
Do you have 2 pairs of hidden blades?
You can just hide a blade in your boot, right?
Quentin, 2 pairs means 4.
A pair. That's what I meant. Sorry.
What would it mean to someone like you, rich boy?
Well, what it would mean, I'd be able to get some more money.
And there goes his ring finger.
Yep. And his head.
Alright.
I'm not. I didn't get rich because of my lineage.
No, you're married.
He's
Wait,
like,
you married?
he's like, how much would it mean to you?
Start low.
Depends on how much it would cost.
That's not an answer. That's a question.
That's the answer I'll give you.
Then we will not be having a deal today.
Da.
It would mean a lot to me. Let's just say. I would appreciate it.
How much
A lot.
in coin would it mean to you?
In coinage, I'd say 200 apiece.
He's laughing, isn't he?
You just died.
You idiot. That is so much more
Add
than
an
your
extra 0 to it and you might get his attention.
400.
Not just
400 apiece.
400 apiece for the hidden blades.
Yes.
What?
Okay. And I've heard of stories about the thing that you. Am I right?
What did you just say?
Because you have to lose a finger if you want to equip it on yourself.
No, you don't, you moron.
Interesting.
Quentin, these are not the things you're looking for.
Well, show me the items first.
He pulls out 2 bracelets. He puts one on his arm. He lifts up his arm and suddenly, as if by magic, a blade that should not be able to fit into like a leather pops out and then slices out. It's about a foot-long blade. He also like reduces his wrist a little bit and it shortens the blade, depending on the height on how far his wrist is extended outward.
Ooh, interesting. So I'd be interested in buying a pair of these. Would there be any things I could put on it, like an enchant? Do you have any enchanted of these?
Not any that you could afford, rich boy.
Well, not when I would be able to afford. You said.
Yes.
Try me.
I'm sorry. You don't look like you're somebody who has 10,000 gold apiece.
What if I did? No, I'm just kidding.
Well then, he says, would you be interested in some hidden blades of dragon poison?
Continue. What does it do?
It poisons people, you stupid cunt.
It poisons a person, but it has the poison strength to kill a dragon.
10 out of 10.
If I'd put this blade into a person, and would it instantly kill someone with that poison?
It would.
How powerful is it?
It would depend on where you stab them, how long it would take to travel to their bloodstream and to their heart.
I see. And you said it was 10,000 apiece, or was it in total for the pair?
Minimum.
Just get the regular ones.
I think I'll stick with the regular ones for 400 apiece. You said.
Yes, 800 gold pieces in total.
Yes, I'll have him.
You hand him 800. He's like, not so rich now, oh boy. And he hands you the he hands you a box with both of them in it.
Good. I thank you for your time, and I'll walk away. I'll go back to the tavern.
Okay.
I'll ask my my good old friend here and ask him. Do you wish to have any items of your own?
I wouldn't trust, sir. I wouldn't trust anything that's down here. To be frank.
I see. Okay.
And he kind of gives a little snort.
That's fine. Okay. We'll just go back to the tavern.
You pay again for 4 copper pieces to get through.
Pay him again a golden piece again.
Okay.
Don't get too loose with your gold, or else everyone's gonna know.
All right. As you get back, it's officially now been 4 hours. Celine wakes up from her drunken stupor, and finds her gear completely gone, and she now has makeup on her face. Her hair's been done, and she's wearing a light green dress. She, however, doesn't notice this because she's still having a bit of a hangover. And walks down the stairs to see all of you guys.
Please tell me I'm in the tavern at this point down there having a meal.
You are in the tavern having a meal, and you just see Celine.
I was like, am I just basically eyes bulging out wide, like, holy crap?
Yeah, she looks stunning, quite frankly.
What? I just missed something.
What are you staring at?
It's like,
Celine, got to make
Celine, you look beautiful.
What? Look that.
Either
get me a drink or explain what the fuck is going on around here.
I'm in the same tavern, am I not?
Please tell me that there's a mirror behind the bar.
There is a mirror behind the bar, and the barkeep says kind of gives a whistle. He's like, "Well, you look lovely."
And then she sees herself in the mirror.
I swear to God, I'm going to have another drink if this is going to keep going.
Out of character. You're getting married!
Again?
Out of character, I already am!
Holy shit.
Okay,
Okay, and after this, I'm basically like, come sit down, enjoy a meal.
Did this happen?
To me, I've made my mistake. Okay.
No.
Something is like, I didn't know you could look like this. Please, come sit down, have a meal.
You're paying for the drinks.
I'm in the same room, am I not?
You are in the same room.
Actually, did I return as well?
So Celine sits down and has a meal with Tristan.
Did I return as well?
Date.
What?
Did I return to the tavern?
Yeah, you've already returned, yeah.
Okay.
And you're also surprised to see something this way, most likely.
That's the better question is you surprised to see a 2.5 meter tall giant?
I've seen you in the entrance, but I think everyone of the party's down here, so I'll probably just introduce myself to the people I haven't met yet, so... well, first I'll walk up to the big man and I was saying...
I might be taking a metaphorical cat nap.
So, by the way, Maris, as you walk in, one of them says, "My friend!" And he's like very drunk, and he's just like, "How are you? How are you doing, my friend? Have you been having a nice day?"
Wait, who's drunk?
Who's this?
You have no idea. This is just some random guy.
Is he sitting down somewhere?
No, he's like right behind you. He's just like he's like hugging you. He's like, "My friend."
Keep your eyes peeled.
I make sure that it's not actually like getting into my pockets or anything to try and steal anything, and I kind of push him away. And so, who are you?
I'm your friend. I
shake him around a bit. What is your name?
So fucking hammered. And then he falls over on the ground.
Oh, God damn it.
Yay!
I look at the bartender. We got a sleeper.
Don't worry about him. He should be fine.
Do you know this person?
Yeah.
So then go ahead and talk.
What is his name?
Clint, if I remember correctly.
Clint. Is he any importance, or is he just
He's just Clint. Comes in here from now and again. Looks like he's had a little bit too much tonight.
Okay.
Usually he holds his
Okay.
liquor better than this.
Okay, fair enough. I don't recognize him like anything, right?
Like what? What would you recognize? I'm like.
I don't know. Maybe I know him from like really long ago or something like that. Or it's just...
He's just a commoner. Like if you know him, you've never like officially met this
Never
guy.
Okay, never mind.
Okay,
I'll go and introduce myself to the rest of the group, and yeah.
Would you care to explain why am I wearing makeup and a dress?
as far as I know, I have no idea because.
Oh, I already asked the elf, but
The elf just laughs evilly.
God damn it! I saw that Templar. Jeez.
Whoa, what just happened?
Can I check?
So,
my pockets?
so Maros checks his pockets and realizes that he feels 200 gold pieces lighter. And Clint is gone.
You removed 2,000.
200.
You removed 2,000.
No, I removed 200. It just dropped it to. It just dropped it at that point to just 8,000.
You should have done a sleight of hand check.
God damn it.
How rich are you?
You should have stabbed him.
I'm really sure you actually retracted 2,000, but oh my.
No,
Okay.
200.
No, it's just. Oh no, it is 2,000. Yeah, he got away with 2,000 gold pieces.
Oh, God fucking damn it!
Yeah.
Quentin, you just had to open your mouth.
God
Quentin,
damn it.
this is Ara, an elf who is soon about to die if I have something to say about it.
Okay, I'll do my introduction round to. Well, basically it.
Okay, I'm basically at this point, I'm done having dinner. I was like, well, that was tasty. And now at this.
Is there any comments about Celine wearing a dress that you'd like to say?
I'd say, Celine, this is a good look for you. I'd like to see you like this more often.
Almost choking on my drink here, like...
Celine, make a wisdom saving throw.
You are- Fuck you, Iron.
I lose.
Yes!
Celine, suddenly you kind of get the you kind of get the feeling that maybe you should wear a dress more often when you have the chance. I love magic. It's so amazing and multi-uses.
Okay, at this point, I was like, right, back to the magic shop to retrieve my items. Anyone else want to come with me?
I'll come.
Magic
Yeah,
shop? Say.
Magic shop.
Wait, am I still talking to the guy who said he had to go?
No, you're done.
He didn't leave. He just said, "I'm out of drink and I'm not going to tell you anymore."
So you left.
God damn it! I'll actually fucking.
Go find him later.
Do I want to fight him later?
But you could either come. You can try and find him now, or you could try and come with us to a magic shop.
Did you find a bank?
Yes, we found the bank and something else. I'm not at liberty to say.
Okay.
I suppose I'll join you. Go.
I go up.
I will look to. I will throw another gold coin to the barkeep and say, "Keep that man. Give that man a steady supply of refreshments." And I.
He nods.
Sign over.
Yeah, he nods.
Yes.
Very well.
And I suppose we leave.
All right.
I
And
like
so we.
I like how Ghost of all people is the one who decided to learn the most about the lore of this tavern rather than like you guys.
Yes, well.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, moving on. We head through the obviously.
Like, no one, just like he doesn't even react. Just like the freaking type.
Nope.
Obviously, they probably let me through because I paid extra, so next time I come through.
Mind the demon hybrid in the
Oh, yeah,
corner.
they let you through, but everyone else they say 2 copper.
I've paid this thing like a gold piece the
This
entire
is
fucking time.
this is a different person.
Ah, god damn it.
It's like it's like I handed him 2 copper. Here, take this for him.
Alright.
Thank you, thank you.
The rich kid has to be paid for entry because he doesn't have anything smaller than gold coins.
Neither do I.
Oh, it's so good to have copper and silver.
You guys should really break up some of your coins into some smaller coins. That way you actually have that.
Yes. Probably.
Right, moving on. Anyways, we finally arrive after it. The magic shop. I'm assuming it's obviously been more than 2 hours at this point.
Yeah, it has been.
Also, Veros did come along.
Gunther is
He hasn't done anything today.
Would Veros like?
What is a Gunther?
Would Veros like to do something?
I already said what I did.
Oh, what did?
He
Oh
came
yeah.
with us.
What did you do though?
He masturbated furiously?
Following you guys to the magic shop.
Yeah. Okay. You followed into the magic shop. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
You're a bit
Sorry, Tom.
silent.
Sorry, Tom. It's just that you're coming in really softly right now.
Yeah, because I'm in my room, not in the basement. Because
Okay.
I'm normally in the basement.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
turn up Tom's
so
volume.
you guys walk into the magic shop. Gunther is behind the counter, and he just kind of smiles as you come in. He's like, "Hello."
So, hello again.
Greetings.
Greetings indeed.
Here, he's like,
Go ahead.
he's like, yes. As I said, I did the deep appraisal. I require a further 100 gold pieces.
Very well.
Why don't you let him appraise?
All right, you hand him 100 gold pieces. He hands you. He puts Libertas on the table. He's like, "Well, this sword, while it appears to just be a sword of +1, is actually an intelligent item. Within it is an entity of severe bloodlust. It will even sacrifice the wielder just so it might do some damage or kill something. It is very.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It is a very dangerous curse, and it is not to be trifled with. As for the dagger, there was nothing further to be discovered about it.
I didn't say the dagger, it was the sword. The other sword. My sword of bleeding. Not the dagger either.
Sword of bleeding. Yes. Somebody would need and he kind of rattles off some stuff, but basically what it means mechanic-wise is that somebody would have to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw in order to, keep them, to not get a bleed.
He just casually says, yeah, you need to roll a dice and you need to roll this high.
He didn't say that. He said, he basically said a bunch of magical mumbo-jumbo, which ultimately translate to this mechanic-wise.
Oh, thank you. Magical Mumbo Jumbo.
Alright, it's like, thank you. It's like, are you still interested in this sword called Libertas?
No. Not in
Fair
life.
enough. Well, off to the scrap heap this thing goes to then.
Well, hold on there. Interesting sword.
I
might wanna...
Is everyone basically together at this point?
No, I would still
Not
like to
everyone,
go
but
to the Artificer's Guild.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
Heading for the bank.
Yes. So, Rose Black and Zudin go to the Artificer's Guild.
Rose went to the tavern, by the way.
Oh, Rose went to the tavern?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine then. She's at the
Rose is getting groped by people.
Alright, she's at the tavern. Zudin, you go to the Artificer's Guild. There's a strange, small man with white hair. He's like, "Yes? Who are you?"
Good day. I'm a replacement for left arm.
Yes. Come in. Okay. What do you want? You want a simple magical prosthesis, correct?
Yes.
Hi. Oh, okay. Yes. You notice there's just arms and like legs and different like materials, like half finished everywhere on the ground. There's like some black powder in a jar on the counter. He's got like some material just everywhere.
Thank you, thank you.
He's like, okay, yeah. Here. Does this fit you? No, it doesn't. He throws it in the back. He just like, and he just starts digging through a pile of them. This one. No.
I'm just holding the stump out.
You're a druid. You're a druid, right? Druid?
Yes, I'm a druid.
Yes. Wood then. Yes. Okay.
I like wood.
Here you
I
go.
would prefer to metal.
He gets a one with a wooden shell covering, and he's like, yes, all right, yes, I can do this one for you.
Where would be the matter of a price?
200 gold pieces.
I don't have 200 gold pieces.
Well, then, I'm sorry, we can't do business.
You have 20 platinum. Very well.
When did I get 20 platinum?
When we split the thing, so yes, you have it. Just hand him the 20 platinum.
Oh yeah, when I... Really?
When we split the loot from the chest, you got 20 platinum.
2 platinum.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
when
in
I-
the dungeon, yeah.
When I hand him the 20 platinum.
He's like, he looks at the platinum, he's just like, yes,
No,
come
no,
here.
but first I want to try out the prosthetics.
I need to
Prosthetics.
attach it.
So, go on.
And your arm falls off. Yay!
I need to,
Yeah, I don't have an arm that could fall off!
I mean, your other arm.
He needs to install it to your arm.
Go at him.
He then just like where is it? Oh, here it is. And he just pushes like a whole pile of machinery off of a table. Right here, please. Lie down.
I lie down.
This is going to sting.
Now
Make him a space marine.
Now I need you to go unconscious.
Suddenly
You
have
want
extra
to
arm.
give me something that makes me unconscious. I can't do consciously go unconscious. That's kind of not
okay,
the
then.
way it works.
He bangs you in the head with the artificial limb. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
That's exactly what I expected. I should not be alone on this one.
You need to be low on this.
I could have hit you on the head.
Oh, wait, roll a Constitution saving throw.
You die.
It's like-
Oh.
Powers, you need to roll it.
Yeah, you go unconscious. You
Wait,
wake.
2 point.
You then wake up a few minutes later to extreme pain as he is drilling this into your arm. But you are tied down now. The unconscious.
Hammer again! Hammer again! Hammer again!
What?
And basically, down. Is it back to sleep? You go.
Yeah, he hits you on the head again. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, nope, nope!
You stay awake, so he hits you on the head again. Roll a Constitution saving throw. By the way, okay, by the way, you've taken 3 damage just from him trying to knock you out repeatedly. You wake up again a few minutes later as he's attaching the last couple screws, and as you wake up, he just immediately hits you, and you fall unconscious again, taking 1 more damage. And now, at about 5 minutes later, you wake up, and you now have the arm attached.
I'm trying to look at the arm, try if I can move it, grab it.
It does move, but it's very unwieldy at the moment. It hasn't quite attuned to your body yet.
I tried to grab something, pick something up.
Yeah, it can't. It kind like large objects that aren't that hard to grab. Like it grabs with a little issue, but small objects it has more trouble with. Like it was having trouble gripping around your sword because it's not attuned to you yet.
I mean, that's pretty much what I was asking for. I didn't expect more for the price.
Yeah, so you do regain your arm though, so you can kind of take off the negatives to it. Other than that, though, this is just a simple prosthesis that will allow you to do things a little bit easier.
Very good. Thank you, good man. I think that will suffice.
Yeah,
The
yes,
200 gold are yours.
Yes. Come back anytime. I'm always looking to make more improvements to them.
Improvement. That's not an insert. That's not
Oh god, he's basically a pain boy.
Oh,
Please
God,
tell
no,
me
no.
he's wearing big glasses that make his eyes look huge.
Oh no, he's been wearing those the whole time.
Do you have something else in store?
Many limbs, many constructs.
What
Oh,
kind
she
of...
would remember that
Second.
No.
one of our companions needs a leg.
Oh, do you have prosthetic legs?
Yes, and he like, will this do? Here, he grabs a bone saw. I'll start working on it right away.
No, it's not for me, but thank you very much. I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Okay. And he puts the bone saw away. Who needs it? Just bring him
I
here.
have a friend.
Just bring him here. I'll tell it right away.
I will go to the friend and I will tell her of your services, and I will Tell her she can go to you, and she will get a new leg.
Yes, come back at any time. At any time.
Then I say goodbye for now. For now, maybe see you soon. Goodbye, sir. And I go back to the tavern. With a new arm.
And at this point, we're back to the magic shop then.
Yes, you are.
Right. So I grab the swords, and it's like, well, pleasure doing business with you in that regard.
Did you actually ask the artificer his name out of curiosity?
No, thank you, sir. I'm like lean on it, like basically to ask his name, so to speak.
Oh wait, you're at the shop. That's Gunther.
Oh yeah, Gunther. It's like, oh, you're talking to Paris. Never mind.
Sorry, what?
Never asked his name.
Did Perforos ask the name of the man he was talking to? Wasn't it
no,
Dr.
I
Frankenstein?
Oh. I just know where's the guy in the Artificer Guild. So I will simply go there and say, yeah, but where's the guy in the Artificer Guild? You can go to him. It will be rough. I will accompany you to heal you, but it should do the job.
Quentin, you're Rose Black right now?
Yeah, Rose will probably gladly go to that job and get get a leg installed.
Well, we'll do that in a moment.
We maybe should go to the alchemy store and look for some potions that will knock you unconscious. I took the alternative. It works, but it's not nice.
Rose will probably, what is the alternative?
And back to the magic shop.
It's a hammer.
The ban hammer. No.
The unconsciousness hammer.
Fuck the magic shop.
Alright.
That's one.
The unconscious hammer.
Are we back to the shop then, there, Templar, or are we?
You're back to the magic shop.
And it's like, well, pleasure doing business with you, sir. As like I turn to make compatriots. Any of you guys need anything from here?
Yes.
I would certainly do.
Oh, I say,
That's like then I nudge the
I will
like,
turn around and say, you can go first, my friend.
What? Well, thank you. I walk up to the guy and, hello again, greetings. Do you actually specialize in items, putting enchantment
God damn it, Quentin.
to another?
He looks at you and he's like, we're not a mage's college.
I see. So, do you have do you recommend a place?
Go to an arcanum.
Okay. I see. Thank you. And, yeah, I'll walk away.
Ghost, go ahead and see if you... Oh, wait, we need you to praise that one thing I saw in your bag.
I will look over to him, and I say, there's no small thing in my bag.
I'm looking at him, I was like, really?
I will roll a persuasion. There's nothing.
There's in the bag, there is.
That'd be
nothing.
That'd be a deceive, and no, he easily sees through the lie.
I will say, well, it was in my bag. It's my thing. Hey.
Okay, it's like then I like the flasks, so I can split them out to everyone else then.
Well,
seeing how if you're the construct, you have to take in the construct in the bag. Those are yours.
No, the construct was in the bag. It's a part of the bag.
I walk up to the
construct is in the bag.
It's not part of the bag.
Yes, I know, Mr. GM, but unfortunately, as the bag is mine, everything is in the bag is also mine, except for the things that I'm holding on to for other people.
Everything.
I walk up to the two people that like. Is there anything wrong here?
Well, not really. He just wants to.
I'm just curious on what it even is, and aren't you?
Well, you're right. So
what it is?
So I'll take out the little construct thingy out of my bag of holding, and I will show it to the guy and say, "You have any idea the fuck this is?"
Strange object. For something like this, 25 gold pieces for the appraisal.
You wanted it appraised so much, didn't you, Tristan? How about we split this?
That's like, if you give me an extra one of those flasks, you got a deal.
I'll give the guy the 25 gold.
He looks at it, and his jaw drops open.
Oh, yes!
And he's like, 200 gold.
Tell me what it is.
200 gold.
You want 200 gold to tell me what it is?
Yes.
It's it's worth it to their ghost. It's worth it.
Oh, jeez. I'll go for it. Here you go. Oh, I'll give him 20 platinum coins.
Okay. He's like, okay, yes.
This better be good.
This is a extremely... this is an advanced magical prosthesis. More specifically, it's one that can attach to any limb. If you just press the button near said limb, it will be absolutely painless. And I'm pretty sure this one comes with a magical weapon inside of it as well.
Oh, so it is... What, to be exact? It is an extra arm or an extra leg.
Any of them.
So that...
It can replace anything.
Ooh.
That's a
Interesting.
I'm not sure. Hey, maybe you'd like to replace something downstairs, or a big guy?
I will look over to him and say, my weapon is sufficient enough to kill people already. And I'll give him a nice little wink. I'll say, well, thank you. Suppose I'll put this back in the bag. And oh, one thing. What would something as exceptionally amazing like this be worth?
You'd have to talk to the Artificers Guild.
Anybody know where that is?
We don't have this part already has not asked for it, so we'd have to head back to the tavern to find.
Well,
then,
fuck. I mean,
is there anything else you want to buy here, Ghost?
yes,
there's.
I'm gonna have dinner real quick, so I'll be back in like.
I mentally kicked myself in the head, and I was like, almost forgot. It's like, do you have anything like a blink belt?
A what?
A what?
A belt that where, for example, I have a dagger, all right, attached to the belt. Grab it, I throw it, and after I'm done throwing it, it returns back to the belt. Do you have anything like that?
Don't you just want some daggers of recall?
I already have perfectly fine daggers. What I'm saying is there anything that can do the same effect that's not necessarily the dagger? Like a sheath maybe for it?
You basically want the sword that literally comes back to your fucking pocket every time.
He thinks for a moment, and he's like, yes, I might have something like this.
Oh.
Hey, Iron, what magic items were available for sale at the magic shop anyways?
Multiple.
You have to ask.
Dungeon Dragons. Oh.
The creature.
Basically,
It's like, may I see
other than drunk door
I'm
has
basically-
to ask.
basically, I would have to do this via text because that's all I can do.
Sorry, what was that?
Just do it in third person then there, Tom.
What?
He's gonna type it down what his character's trying to say.
Okay. You people watching stuff in the background.
Oh, he's talking about him real life there.
Yeah. Ghost, why are you talking in the text chat?
Oh, because I had my mic muted. And there were people talking to me. Because I'm at a LAN tournament and people are like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm like, oh, you're a nerd. And I'm like, yeah, so are you. You're at a LAN tournament. Yeah, basically that.
Yep.
Okay, Templar, does the guy have should bring forth the item I'm asking for, or not?
No. He's waiting for you to present the gold.
That's like how much?
How much is it worth to you?
Oh, here we go again.
Can I do a persuasion check, or to see if I can't,
You have to say a
quote,
price.
unquote.
You have to say a price first.
150 gold.
He kind of scoffs. 300.
250.
Oh, you're stupid. Should have went down.
275.
260 and a silver. And split meet you in the middle.
270.
275 and now a penny less. Or more.
Agreed. And he shakes her hand. And he goes back and gets the belt.
Right.
He takes 275 gold pieces from you. And he
I hand him 20 platinum and the rest in gold.
And he hands you the belt. It has slots for 4 items in it. And it fits right around. It fits like kind of crossways around your shoulder and then around your waist.
Huh. Okay. What does this thing have a name? Out of character, by the way. Templar is what I'm asking.
Out of character,
So,
it's just a belt of bound items, so you can put anything in there and it will remain.
oh, this would be very handy.
You could just have, like, axes on that. Right, so this is my turn to go shopping now?
Suddenly the Gunther looks down. He's like, "What the hell? Who wrote on my desk?"
I was like, I'm so sorry. She can't speak.
Jesus.
One moment, he gets a helmet out, pops it on her head. "You can speak now."
No, like Iron, I'm also doing this because there's an absurd amount of background noise.
It's fine.
We don't actually hear the background noise. Not even when you're talking.
Yeah.
Okay, Rose says, what magic items do you have for sale?
Many.
What do you want? I tell her. Oh, by the way, you have a lovely voice.
I will say, like, yes, you do.
Oh, good.
Let me... Veros just like ponders for a second. I'm gonna have to look through my DM guide, just like see if there's something I would want.
Nothing too ridiculous. Alright, Ghost, do you have anything you, character, wants to buy for the magic show?
So I'll rise to my full length, probably hitting my head on the fucking ceiling, and say, like, I am in need of a... well, either a weapon or some more protection. Meaning, I would...
Well, if it's protection...
Probably.
If it's protection you want, and he grabs a case, and he's like... And he shows a box with 5 rings in it. He's like, "Rings of protection."
Whoa, wait. Rings of protection? Not exactly what I meant, but please enlighten me on what they do.
They provide you with plus 1 AC while you're wearing them.
Oh, interesting. How much would these cost?
How much are they worth?
Yeah, I could just say 10 gold and you would laugh at me and I'll be like, how much do you want for it? So just... potentially we could just skip the haggling and you just say me a reasonable price.
You're gonna have to do persuasion, I'm thinking, for that one.
Yeah.
Should I roll persuasion for that?
Persuasion, yeah.
Oh!
I don't think it worked.
Ghost, he's like, yes, reasonable price. 400 gold.
Oh, fuck.
You think,
common magic item.
and you think that this isn't entirely reasonable, it's not common.
Well, suppose I'll say to him, then on to the weapon parts. Yeah, I need something that does more damage. I need something a little bit stronger than what I have. I have a pretty good great sword, but...
He thinks for a moment, and he's like, perhaps you would like a vicious greatsword.
Well, enlighten me once again, what does this do?
It's like your normal greatsword, but it does 2d6. It does 2d6 damage. But when you roll a 20 with this magic weapon, the target takes an additional 2d6 slashing damage.
Oh, it's not bad indeed.
It's basically your greatsword does twice the damage.
And would there be anything else interesting you'd have?
I could give you. I suppose I could see if we have any great swords a +1.
No, not what I'm looking for.
There's a Vorpal. There's a Vorpal greatsword, but you could not possibly afford that one.
What does a Vorpal greatsword do? If you could at least tell me that.
+3 to attack and damage rolls. The weapon ignores resistances to slashing damage. When you attack a creature with at least 1 head with this weapon, roll a 20, and you roll a 20 on the attack roll. You cut off one of the creature's heads. If the creature dies, it can't survive without a lost head. The creature's immune to this effect. And if it's immune to slashing damage, it doesn't need to have a head, or it doesn't have or need a head. Has legendary actions, or GM decides the creature's too big for its head to be cut off with this weapon, such as a creature. Instead, instead the creature would take 68 slashing damage from the hit.
So,
basically the possibility of one-shot killing anything with a head on it.
I suppose you wouldn't go give that away for what? 400 gold?
He laughs.
You had me going there for a moment.
Well,
I basically say, you do. I nudged the Goliath. He's like, you do realize that thing's a fortune all by itself.
I know.
And he's not going to go cheap.
Alright, 500.
Ghost, there is no possible way for you
500
to
platinum, and we have a deal.
I'll hold out one of the iron flasks.
What's that supposed to be?
A Pokeball. I
was like, I snatch it from him. He's like, that's not even yours to bargain with.
I will take it back. I will say it is. Now silence yourself. I will say, how much less would it cost if I gave you this?
I need to inspect it to know what it is.
Oh, you can expect it. No problem with that. I'm not paying you for it, but
25 gold pieces.
Just pay him that. There it goes.
I'll give him the 25 gold.
Okay. He inspects the iron flask, and he's like, well, seems to be it seems to be a rather weaker version of the normal iron flask.
Can I roll something like catch your bullshit on that?
I doubt you could catch anything that wasn't asleep with this thing or unconscious, to be honest.
Can I roll like insight on this or like investigation?
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, sure. Roll insight. He doesn't appear to be lying, and he would know more about this than you would.
I don't trust people though. I say, and why? Enlighten me, please. Why would it be a weaker version?
I want you to try not resisting at all, and he opens the bottle on you. And you don't get sucked in.
Oh. Interesting. That's why I couldn't catch a storm giant with it.
Like,
when he hears that...
He said
no,
laughed.
Don't actually say anything else.
No, you said that. He laughs, and he's just like... Storm giants are fairy tales, boy. And he throws the iron flask back at you.
Well...
It's like, well, now I know that these things are... It's like, handy. Not quite as powerful as the originals. Are they all like this, or Templar, or... Seeing how they came from the same past?
You'd have to have him inspect the other ones.
Alright, so,
You want to have them inspect the other ones, Ghost, or not?
No. Well, the one that was the demon in the purple one. Yeah, that one.
Okay, he's like 25 gold.
Just
are we going to keep on doing this?
Yes, Ghost, we are. Just do it. You have plenty of cash.
No, I don't. I'm actually quite poor compared to someone here. Yeah, sure.
Alright, he inspects it. He's like, yes. This one appears to be slightly stronger, but not by much. It might be able to catch a...
You wouldn't like to know what was in this, would you?
I don't need to. And he throws it back to you.
Okay, so great.
Just like I've been patiently sitting there for like a few minutes.
It's like, okay, it's like, Veros, anything you want now, or have you thought of anything, or?
Perhaps a cloak that could bolster my armor. Out of character, I'm asking for a cloak of protection. It's an uncommon magic item.
A cloak of protection?
It just gives me +1 AC.
It's
Yeah.
basically rain in cloak form.
He's like, huh. Cloak of protection, you say? I'd be willing to let it go for 350 gold pieces.
300.
You know, the item you asked for is actually quite wondrous, to be honest.
God damn it!
25.
I actually have enough to purchase it, and don't really plan on buying anything else. So yeah, I'll hand him 35 platinum.
He hands you the cloak of protection.
Sweet.
Like it. It's like, is this everything everyone wants at this point? I think, out of curiosity, it's like, how much for that helmet that she's wearing, isn't just for convenience sake, or is that going to cost too much?
No, that's not.
Yes, someone decided to pull out my fucking internet cable. I'm very sorry for this.
It's not for sale, and he pulls it off her head.
Wait, what is not? Oh, that. Oh.
It's like, sorry, Veros.
I just cast Mold Earth again, just like the writing says. I'd rather learn it so I didn't.
Would you
have a crush
stop
anyway.
that? You are damaging
and then I dispel it.
Thank you.
And then just like suddenly it's gone.
Thank you.
Right, at this point, I think we've spent our time back to the tavern for a good night's rest.
Well, would you have?
As you guys are walking back to the tavern, you notice the post that you went through previously to get here is closed and locked up tight, and they just kind of say you just kind of see a couple of broken down carts on the other side. They're like, move to a different gate. Had some issues.
It's like which one? It's like I asked them which gates are still open at this point.
The other ones should be fine. It's just this one we have some issues.
Can I roll perception to see if something happened?
Yes.
Like, see what?
That's
bad.
Somebody's cart broke down, like while it was like midway through the actual gate.
So we head to another gate and make.
Well, wait. I say, would you need some help moving this?
No, it's fine. Just please move on your way.
Can some of you start rolling perception as well?
No, we're at this point.
Something happened here.
And it's none of our business at this point. I've had enough of that.
Adventure is always our business, isn't it?
It's like not in this town, not here.
What? Why? What's wrong with this town?
There's nothing wrong with this town, and I intend for it to stay that way while our stay is here. Let's move.
Question.
So you guys